4 games tonight. Last night, App State upsetting nationally ranked Coastal Carolina 30-27. We'll talk to the great Roman Harper in just a second. Part of the show being brought to you by Sympio.
Hey, and they are one of the fastest growing companies in the Southeast. When we started the next round, one thing we knew nothing about, that was compliance, HR, payroll, and benefits. Those are the 4 pillars that Sympio is going to take care of in every single office. When your company joins Sympio, you gain access to healthcare and employer benefits at prices only large organizations get. On average, Sympio is saving companies of all sizes and industries over 18% net of their fees. You can join Sympio any time of the year. There's no annual contract. That being said, Sympio, over 3 years of business, they've got a 99% retention rate. Go to Sympio.com. That's Sympio.com, or call Blake and the guys today, 205-635-7467.
All right, Roman Harper is with us on the Pepsi hotline, at Harp41 on Twitter, at Harp_41 on Instagram, where you get some fashionable photos from the former Alabama great, now SEC Network analyst. What's up, Roman?
I'm doing good. I appreciate that. I don't put a lot of what I wear on Saturdays on Instagram. Maybe I should do that.
Oh, you should. Yeah. Always looking good.
You know, that's what I'm going to start doing. This will be the first week I've started up.
No, there you go. Well, I'm glad we could influence you in such a way.
If you had to guess, how many pairs of shoes do you have, Harp? Is it over 100?
Yes.
Without hesitation.
Is it over 200?
I mean, are we including dress shoes?
Yes, all shoes.
Yes.
Anything you'd put on your feet.
It probably is like right around 200.
Do you have your own closet for shoes?
No, I mean, I have my closet custom to, because I have a lot of shoes.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like I'm telling myself. I'm trying to hold back.
No.
Hey, we expect honesty.
Hey, we've all got vices, my friend. We've all got vices.
So Alabama to the naked eye, and you watch this game different than me, Jim, and Lance, but Alabama to the naked eye appear to have fixed a lot of what was wrong in College Station in the game against Mississippi State. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, but it's still not enough for me to say I think it's totally fixed. I think the thing about Alabama that's tricky when it comes to watching their defense is they show you at times where it's like, man, they could be really good. And then they show you at times like, man, do they even know what they're doing? So when you have this Jekyll and Hyde effect that continues to go back and forth, you want to see some kind of consistency, something that I could actually say, okay, this is who they are, and I can lean on that and count on it. And when you see a performance like Ole Miss, then you follow that up with a performance like Texas A&M. Then you follow that one up with a performance like you did against Mississippi State. You're like, they literally can do this if they put it together when they want to, when everybody's focused, when everybody is paying attention, when they're executing the way that you should execute defense. This team could be really good because you put it together with a dynamic offense that doesn't always score on the big play either, but they are very good. They're a very well-balanced team. And when you're seeing these things kind of come out in front of us, we understand that they have the talent, they have the ability, they have the coaching. It's all about the players going out there and executing week after week. So now we can actually trust what our eyes are actually telling.
Well, they get Tennessee this weekend, and I think the number now is 25.5. You remember when these were good games. I think you actually were immortalized with a Daniel A. Moore painting. I think it was Rocky Stop, I think was the name of it. What do you remember? What do you remember the most about that hit?
That I actually thought he ran me over. You know, I was running, you know, they kind of parted wide open. It was just, so I was just trying to react. I was in the middle of the field safety, and they had ran that same play with some success early in the game, and they caught us again. And then I just tried to hit him and try and get there before he crossed the goal line. And it was, you know, because we were right there. Tennessee had a little section of cheers, like kind of right over there in that end zone area over there. So I kind of just went over there and just threw my body at him and tried to, you know, just try and do what I could to stop him. And then I heard the crowd kind of go crazy because, you know, you kind of hit somebody, and, of course, everybody closed their eyes, like, right before contact. So you do that, and then I'm just on the ground. I'm kind of getting up, and I hear the crowd going crazy. So I thought it was actually their crowd and that he'd actually ran me over and scored because I didn't try and wrap him up either. So I didn't even bring my arms. I just threw my body at him. And then I got up, and I saw my teammates celebrating. So then I started celebrating, not knowing exactly what had happened, but everybody on that seemed happy, so I was happy. And then we got to the sidelines, and I was like, what happened? They were like, oh, he fumbled. Somebody knocked the ball out. And we looked at the Jumbotron. I'll never forget, I was sitting right beside Anthony Madison. And neither one of us knew who knocked the ball out at the time. And then we looked at the Jumbotron and saw the replay. He's like, dude, you knocked that out. I was like, holy crap. Then I said another word. I couldn't believe it. I was like, because the ball's not supposed to go that way when you hit him from that angle. So the last person to think that actually caused a fumble is myself. And then he was right there. He said, dude, that's like a Daniel Moore painting. That's like a Daniel Moore moment.
He really said that?
Yeah. He literally said that on the sidelines, not even a minute after this all happened.
That's amazing.
That's like a Daniel. He's like, that's a Daniel Moore moment.
Did he send you that painting, though? Do you have it in your house?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that was part of the whole deal. I mean, I got paid to autograph about 20,000 of them. So
nice.
It was a lot. But it was cool. It was great. It was an amazing honor. Maybe 2,000. I don't know. The number gets bigger as I've It's a lot. It was a lot of autographs at the time. That was the most I'd ever autographed anything in my life.
I think we're getting so used to what Bryce Young can do now at quarterback. Like I don't know if we have a full appreciation of what he does every week for this football team because he makes it look so easy. You play elite defensive back. Tell me what you see Bryce Young doing for this offense week in and week out.
Well, the best thing that I think, first, I got to give credit. So let's talk about what he does so well. Number one, he's very smart. He gets all the protections for Alabama. He's the one that does a lot of the protections, a lot of the slides, making sure everybody's on the same page. He's able to read, in the RPO games, and he's also protects the football. And he's more athletic than you think, but he never uses his legs to actually run. He just uses his legs to buy time, to create, so now his wide receivers has more time to get open. And he's extremely accurate and throws a great ball. His accuracy downfield throwing, I think, still needs to improve, but that's all on timing and wide receivers, and that's not just the quarterback. So it's a lot of different things that go into completing deep balls. But those are things off the top that I think he does extremely well. And I don't think what most fans actually understand and see enough of is that this guy completes passes all the time versus pressure, versus blitzes, versus blown assignments in protection. We saw A&M, he got hit 17 times, which is more than he hadn't gotten hit all year long. Or maybe it was 21, he'd only got hit 17 times. But bottom line is he got hit more that game than anybody else. So more people are going to continue to design blitzes and delay blitzes and try and throw off the timing and really try and rush him and get him off his game, but it's not really working. He's very, very smart. He's very good in the pocket, and he knows how to climb the pocket. He knows how to just do little subtle movements and keeps his eyes downfield and be able to complete the passes. And even when guys are coming free, he still gets the ball out and completes passes. So I would like to see Alabama's offensive line be better in the run game, in protection as well. You're not going to be able to continue to miss guys and let free rushers come on your quarterback and just expect him to continue to bail you out over and over and over. You did not see this happen with Mac Jones. They need to focus and harness in on that and understand if they want to try and achieve the goals that they have set for themselves, that is something that they have to get cleaned up.
Roman Harper is with us at Harp41 on Twitter, at Harp_41 on Instagram. You see him on the SEC Network. He is with us on the Pepsi Hotline. We were just discussing Matt Corral on the next level in the last segment. As a guy that played in the NFL, as you watch him, how does his game translate to an NFL?
I think he's extremely accurate. He's very confident. He knows how to throw with anticipation, and those are the things that you need to be as a quarterback on the next level. He throws a great deep ball as well, and he can throw it at all three levels. He's more athletic than anybody would think. And the only thing I would really say is I need him to start sliding and protecting himself. He ran the ball 30 times last week versus Tennessee. I get it that Tennessee continued to let the quarterback draw just go. I mean, I picked Tennessee to win. So by the third quarter, I'm like, Tennessee, he's going to run a quarterback draw. And they continue to not know what they're doing. So I'm a little angry about that, but it's okay. He has to be better with protecting himself. He's not a very big guy. So you got to understand there's no reason a small guy needs to ever try and drop a shoulder on a defender at the next level. Slide, get what you can, dive, but always maintain the thought that without you, this team is not as good. So you have to protect yourself. And sometimes coaches, we need to do a better job of telling them and protecting players from themselves by saying, hey, get what you can and get down. It's not your job to get every inch, every yard. That is why we got running backs. That's why we have other teammates for you to lean on those guys to help you win this game and that you don't have to do it yourself.
Harper, I never thought I would say this, but after watching Stetson Bennett the last couple of weeks, I think he's developing into a pretty good quarterback. He's completing 70% of his passes. He's averaging over 12 yards an attempt. He's only turned it over a couple of times. When JT Daniels is 100% healthy, what does Kirby Smart do? Do you stay with Stetson Bennett or do you go back to JT?
Hold on. So are you saying that Stetson Bennett should be the starter, or are you just saying he's turned into a pretty good quarterback?
I'm saying
I got to admit this.
Yeah, I'm saying I've got to admit he's turning into a much better quarterback than what we saw last year. And now that you've got this Georgia team rolling, I mean, what do you do in this situation?
I'm playing Stetson Bennett. I think Georgia plays better with Stetson Bennett. I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks. You know, Georgia's looked the best in every game when Stetson Bennett was at quarterback. You can't deny that. That's just what it is. Outside of Vanderbilt when JT just lit it up. But, I mean, that's Vanderbilt. So you take that for what you want it to be. I like what he's doing. It's almost sometimes where the person that you want or that you're most attracted to may not be the person for you. And I think that is a meticulous case right here, what we're dealing with Georgia's quarterback situation, that JT Daniels is bigger. He has a bigger arm. He's a West Coast quarterback. But something about what this kid Stetson Bennett is doing, this team just kind of gets behind it. And he's making them feel better. They're confident. And when he's playing and he's on a roll and the coaching staff is letting him throw the ball, he's throwing it well. And he's protecting the football. He's getting it to their playmakers, Brock Bowers, and all the other guys that they're using. Like, they're running the football. And also he gives them an element to their offense that you do not get with JT Daniels, which is when he pulls the ball, when he puts the ball in the running back's hand, belly, and the defensive ends are all crashing down to go tackle the running back, he can pull it and go get you 13, 14 yards. We've seen him do it every week when teams are not ready for it, and that's just a different element that you do not have with JT Daniels. And so what you make up, so does JT Daniels make that up with his arm and his accuracy? And I don't know if you've really seen that this year. Now, I know you got to have JT and you got to have him ready to go, and we don't know if he's healthy, but you also have to be available. Stetson Bennett has been available every step of the way in this whole process. JT has not. For me, I'm saying Stetson Bennett is the quarterback going forward, regardless of who's healthy or not.
Oklahoma and Texas are heading to the SEC. Roman Harper is a young, hot college football coach, and he has a choice to take LSU or USC as a head coaching job. Which one would you choose?
Who's paying me more?
They're going to pay you exactly the same, the second most amount of money, only behind Nick Saban in college football.
LSU's the better job in my eyes. They've won more championships more recently. USC is hot because it's Southern California and you have the recruiting base of the West Coast. If I'm from Alabama, I think LSU's a top 5 job in the country, and USC's probably a top 10 job. So you got to look at that. And who are you recruiting against? In Louisiana, you're recruiting against all these other SEC schools. But in the state of Louisiana, if I'm winning as an LSU coach, I'm locking down that state. And I can pretty much win with that and going to get Texas players and then going to Florida as well. So I think for me, I think LSU is a better job if I had that choice between SC and LSU.
All right,
but I also got to be ready to deal with Nick Saban and that whole beast of a thing, too, because you got to see them every year. And the SEC West is a gauntlet. So are you really ready for that competition level as well?
He is Roman Harper. You'll see him this weekend on the SEC Network. And also follow him on Twitter at Harp41, on Instagram at Harp_41. Roman, thank you, man. Enjoy your weekend.
Appreciate it, guys. I'll get my suits ready. Already got it picked out.
Get them ready. We want to see them. See you, buddy.
Ready.
All right, that's Roman Harper with us on the Pepsi Hotline.
Hey, and if you want to look good like Harp does heading to the game, we recommend our friends at the Pants Store. You can swing by there at 5 locations: Crestline, Leeds, Trussville, Tuscaloosa, and Huntsville. Pantstore.com, pantstore.com for all your game day fashion, but also all the accessories like the Yeti coolers and cups, the Yeti Huggies. You get those clear purses in a variety of styles for the ladies to go into the game. Sunglasses as well. Men and women glasses, the Ray-Ban, the Costas, the SunCloud, the Gooders, and all of that, all in 5 locations: Crestline, Leeds, Trussville, Tuscaloosa, or Huntsville, and online at pantstore.com. Good to always catch up with Roman Harper. And listen, I think there's something to be said, what you guys started off talking to him about, that Alabama's defense last year they turned a corner. I think I go back to the second half of the Georgia game, and then after that, nobody scored more than 24 points the rest of the year except for Florida in the SEC championship game. They did a great job from halftime of the Georgia game through the national championship. And you wonder, was this a turning point game in Starkville this past week? You started off asking about the improvement of Alabama's defense. Do you feel like it's sustainable?
A lot of the things you were concerned about in College Station, which is why I asked Harp that, disappeared magically in Starkville. You all of a sudden pressured the heck out of the quarterback, which you could not do at all at Texas A&M. Your defense looked prepared and knowing what to do, which they did not look in College Station. Lance, I'm still concerned about Jalen Armour-Davis. Teams throw away from Job. Job has become, what Saban wants is the guy that takes away a part of the field. So teams generally go away from him. I'm not sure how well Jalen Armour-Davis will hold up on that other side.
Well, and I don't know how much it's going to matter down the stretch.
That's true.
Who are you going to see quarterback-wise? And you start to look at this Alabama offense. When you're scoring 45 points per game, which is fourth nationally, and you're only giving up 20 points per game, you're still going to win a lot of football games.
That's right. That's why that 24 is a magic number. I thought like they found last year.
I don't think giving up 20 points per game with this defense is that big of a deal, because I think the offense is going to continue to get a little bit better. I think the offensive line is going to continue to mesh a little bit more. I think Jamison Williams is going to continue to get better. We saw Metchie play his best game. I don't know who that third receiver, if it's Holden, I don't know who that guy is going to be that steps up.
But there's been criticism about that secondary, that Jordan Battle hasn't had a great year, that Helms has been lost a lot of times. You saw Daniel Wright playing a lot more. I don't think you want that. I mean, maybe a nice kid and all, but I'm just not sure that's what you want in your secondary right there. And I do worry about that other corner. But to Lance's point, when are you going to play a prolific passing team until you get to the playoffs?
Well,
if you make it that far.
You pointed yesterday that Auburn is all of a sudden the obstacle of getting back to Atlanta on the rest of that schedule. You think Auburn is now surpassed everyone else as the toughest challenge left on Alabama's schedule.
I do, and with that said, and I admitted the other day that I think Bo Nix has turned into a good college quarterback. I still don't think Bo Nix is a guy that's going to go out and pick an Alabama defense apart.
Well, yeah, because if Jalen Armour-Davis is a liability on the corner, the receiver he's covering for Auburn also isn't a dynamic game changer. We know that about Auburn's receivers, right? They played better at Arkansas, but I think we've seen enough of them to know that you're not playing a bunch of just game changers at receiver. So I don't know if the concerns that Alabama have defensively, if they'll be exposed again. That's why it may look like they have turned the corner, because I don't know that they're going to play people that can expose those weaknesses.
Yeah, now C.J. Stroud, if this is a semifinal matchup, and you saw Alabama match up with Ohio State in the national championship last year, I think Alabama-Ohio State right now, Alabama fans probably disagree with this, would be an incredible matchup. Because I think Alabama's defense is better than Ohio State's defense. But I said this yesterday. I believe Ohio State's offense right now is better than Alabama's offense.
Yeah, and that would definitely challenge that Alabama's defense, no doubt. Here's Malachi Moore talking about coming off the good performance in Starkville and what the message is inside that defensive meeting room.
I just think we just can't get complacent. We did a better job playing 60 minutes this past weekend, but I feel like there was some things that we still can improve on. They had the 3 field goals and things like that. So I feel like it's just a work in progress each week.
They had the 3 field goals.
Well, they did, but now you're being judged, if you're a defense in the SEC, by a Georgia team that is reluctant to give up any points as well. They're giving up 6.6 a game. So
maybe so, but to Lance's point, Alabama's defense is well in front of Georgia's. Alabama's offense is well in front of Georgia's offense.
Right.
So you give up 3 field goals, you'll win every single game you play going away.
I think Alabama matches up really good with Georgia.
I do too.
Really do.
I do
and
too.
And that's where good games are, right? It's about matchups. Some teams don't match up well. 1 week, and it was only Starkville, only Mississippi State, who I think has a battle with Vandy this weekend. So you can't overreact to one really good defensive performance and everybody being in the right place and the same page. But it was a turning point last year that Pete Golding's crew looked really good through a national championship, and some people may be pointing back to what we saw this past week in Starkville as that moment of this year's change in the defense down the stretch for Alabama. Our show being brought to you by our friends at the University of Montevallo, really good tight-knit community that takes safety on campus seriously there. All the new multi-million-dollar facilities going up, like the multi-million-dollar Center for the Arts, Also, new broadcasting, business buildings, and great sports facilities there. 21 NCAA Division II scholarship sports, 75 majors with new majors and minors popping up all the time as demands for careers change in our ever-changing job market. That's Montevallo on the cutting edge for your son or daughter as they start to think about college. Think about the University of Montevallo. Schedule an in-person tour. Montevallo.edu. Montevallo.edu. A best value school, according to U.S. News and World Report. You'll love the class sizes. You'll love the campus. You'll love the school. Go check it out in person. Montevallo.edu.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round. You've heard me for years talk about our friends at Bromberg's Jewelers, and we welcome you to stop by and see that great customer service at the Mountain Brook and Summit locations. But we'd also love for you to check out their new online shop. They've got plenty to choose from. Great gifts, big and small. Available online, they've got David Yurman, Tudor watches, select diamond and gemstone jewelry, William Henry, seasonal and favorite giftware items and baby gifts as well. They've even got an online sale section. For more information, Brombergs.com.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Let Holly Mack Wilson put you in a new home for the holidays. A new place to have a family Thanksgiving dinner. A new place to put up the Christmas tree and hide the presents. A new place to ring in the new year with friends and family. Holly Mack Wilson, putting a new meaning to home for the holidays. Call Holly Mack Wilson today, 205-901-9446. That's 205-901-9446. Holly Mack Wilson, a Tuscaloosa Keller Williams agent.
There's not a better place to watch the big games with a great atmosphere than right there at Walk-Ons, Highway 280 and 119, and coming soon near the Hoover Met. The Walk-Ons happy hour is 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. $5 moonshine swirls, $5 house pours, and half-price appetizers. You can download the Walk-Ons mobile app for an easy take-home experience for the family. Authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, prepared fresh from scratch. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana at Walk-Ons.
Hey, if you're looking for a local agent to handle all of your insurance needs, you need to call my good friend James Anthony at the James Anthony Agency, 205-985-7717. Hoover, Birmingham, Northport, and Tuscaloosa has been in business over 20 years. The James Anthony Agency. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about our friends at HydroLife Therapy. Boost your immune system today with HydroLife Therapy. IV therapy, B12 injections, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. Mention Next Round at checkout. Save 20% off any service at the Birmingham and Tuscaloosa locations. If you're unable to make it to HydroLife, a nurse can actually come to your home or office. You can visit them online today, hydrolifetherapy.com. HydroLife Therapy open 7 days a week. Homewood 9 to 6 and Tuscaloosa 10 to 6.
This hour of The Next Round is brought to you by Excalibur Services, a name you can trust when it comes to residential heating, AC, and electrical services. Excalibur is growing and looking for exceptional HVAC techs, plumbers, and electricians. 205-718-8688. Alabama license number 15214.
Some things just stand the test of time. Your old truck, an aged bourbon, the memory of your first girlfriend, and a classic pair of Red Wing boots. Fall is upon us, and Red Wing boots are the ones every guy must have. Whether you're on the job site, working in the yard, exploring the trail, or heading out for the evening, Red Wing shoes will have you covered. Certified fit specialists will make sure you get the most comfortable boots with convenient locations in Pelham next to Publix and the new Trussville location between Metro Diner and Taco Mama. Red Wing boots, a classic you can enjoy every day.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Let's face it, we all have a favorite something. This is LT talking about my favorite men's store, Shea's in downtown Homewood. Why do I like this store so much? And what makes Shea's so unique? Well, to start, they have been in business since 1922. Yes, 1922. And they offer an eclectic mix of menswear brands from classic to contemporary, such names as Xenia, Canali, Peter Millar, and many more. They have an in-house alteration personnel who understands that fit is key. And Shea's gets it right. Whether they're fitting a suit, shirt, or jeans, They offer unbeatable service with a sales staff that truly understands the products and how they fit your individual lifestyle in any occasion. Whether it's your work, leisure time with friends, or a formal event like a wedding, stop by Shea's and see if you don't agree. This store is simply the best. That is Shea's in historic downtown Homewood, where you will feel at home when you arrive and well-dressed when you leave.
Back with you on the next round as we work our way towards John Metchie, who will be with us coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. Part of our show today being brought to you by our friends at New Life Art. They bring you the viewing menu every day.
Hey, you saw Rocky stop with our man Harp there.
I did.
That's an
Signed a bunch of them.
Oldie but a goodie. But if you want to check out the incredible work from our friend Daniel Moore, go to danielmooreart.com. New Life Art, bringing you memorable sports moments by Daniel A. Moore for over 40 years. For more information, 1-800-735-2787.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Complete wardrobe change. More on that in a second.
6 p.m. on Paramount, they are playing all three. I don't know if they're doing four. All three of the Indiana Jones movies. And bad news for Lance, they have pushed back Indiana Jones to 2023.
No.
So
Well,
that
hell,
means-
I hope Harrison's still
I
alive.
was about to
God,
say.
They pushed it back from 19 to 20 to 22 to 23. And then 8:30 on Stars Comedy tonight. Do you guys remember the breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston?
I did. It was a body double, wasn't it?
It was a body double.
It was a good-looking body double.
It was. She was getting I think she was getting a Diet Pepsi out of the fridge.
He basically set up a club in his house, didn't he?
Yeah. He loved playing that Xbox. And then on Netflix, released today, Sex, Love, and Goop. Gwyneth Paltrow, along with Team Goop, look into how to enhance your relationships for deeper intimacy. It's got an interesting cover for the...
Is that her candle after it burns out?
Yeah, that thing, that damn Goop thing.
Can you still buy her vagina scented candle?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that'll never go out.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps giving?
Yeah.
You can't.
It's a weird one. But.
You can't light just one. We've just started to repopulate our gift shop online. If you want to go to nextroundlive.com, that includes the latest edition of the captain's hats.
I remember the old captain's hats from the 80s that had that band across it. I think the one that I remember that jumps up for whatever reason was a white one. I think my old man had it. It was a Seagram's hat.
Seagram's?
Yeah, it was Seagram's.
With the yellow ribbon?
It had the yellow
Yeah,
ribbon. It had a thick-ass yellow ribbon, which was like twice the size of that one. But I saw like 2 or 3 dudes over the weekend wearing that one. So it's only... I knew it was only a matter of time before you wore the captain hat.
Oh, Jimmy Curran had to go grab it right out of the box.
Yeah. Ooh, give me that.
We'll eventually throw these up as well, a variety of different colors. We've got some hoodies, too, right? Just in time for cold weather?
Yep, hoodies are here.
Forrester, do you have one on? Can we get Forrester on
Come
camera?
in, run in here, Forrester.
Come in here, Forrester.
So I did a quick Periscope this past Saturday morning. I think I'm the only person that does Periscope still. But I wore my hoodie, and anywhere I wear it, people were asking about it on the Periscope, and anywhere I go, I had the only hoodie in existence, but now you can actually purchase the hoodie.
That's right. Look at Forrester in the next round hoodie.
Look at this. Next round hoodie here. Do we have a tight shot there?
Forrester would be in charge of the time.
It's a good graphite with a little black outlining the next round logo with our traditional red "the."
Yep.
I like that. Yeah. All right.
Very good luck. Very good luck, Scott.
Little pat on the back
done,
from Forrester.
yeah.
I like that.
So
Good
you
job,
busted
well
out
done.
the landmine shirt, which I don't know if it's available in the shop right now, but are you ready to do the stake bet?
Well, this was sold off, and I think we should make it a poll question. I went landmine shirt because I'm feeling the Braves all of a sudden.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just feeling them.
They're
But
feeling them.
Well, look, you
Define, what do
lost
mean
a
you're
stake this
feeling
past
them?
weekend, so I'm willing to basically give you one back.
What do you mean you're feeling
what did I
the
lose
Braves?
this past weekend?
Well, the Hurricanes lost again. They're officially done.
Miami.
I forgot about that one. So I'm only up one.
So you're not feeling the Braves anymore.
We'll talk about it. The shop
Dunaway.
is right there. Nextroundlive.com.
Grab your sack. Come on, man. You got a captain's hat on.
I have too many friends.
Don't worry about it. They're not going to do anything to you.
Well, I don't care about what they do to me. I just like them, occasionally watching the show.
Oh, they'll still be watching the show just to give you
They'll hate watch. They'll hate watch at that
Yeah,
point.
people like to hate watch more than they like to love watch.
That's right.
I want to see you fail more than I want to see you succeed.
No. I'm a huge Eddie Rosario fan all of a sudden. So I'm not going to not gonna jinx him. He's on a roll.
By the way, Kellen on Twitter says, no one loves to diminish anything Auburn does more than me. But I don't understand why them being a really tough out in the Indian burial ground that is Jordan Hare is revelatory. Excuse me. I mean, Alabama fans, I think a lot of them feel that way, that is the toughest place they ever have to go to win.
So the last time they played there, was it off the upright? Like
off the upright.
A 20-yard attempt?
Yeah, off the upright. And then you somehow managed to have both your punt return team and your defense on the field at the same time.
And was it not one but two pick sixes?
Two pick sixes, yeah. One off the back of a running back.
One off the back of an NFL running back.
It was a crazy game.
On a great call.
One of the craziest games I've ever seen. I mean, up and down the field. Mac Jones and Jalen Waddle could not be stopped. Well, except the two times Auburn literally stopped Mac Jones with a pick six.
You know what's interesting, though,
game.
and Auburn fans will disagree with this, but right now I think that number comes out Alabama 14.
You think Alabama's favored 2 touchdowns at Jordan Hare?
But I want to go back to the kick six. Alabama was a 10-point favorite in that
They were,
game.
yeah. And had every opportunity to win it. Bad field goal kicking, missed that 4th down conversion, and let Auburn stay in the game. And that's what you cannot do in rivalry games on the road. And that's, in a lot of ways, why you would call it an Indian burial ground. Like, for instance, Dunaway, you've made this point. One of the pick sixes was a 100-yard pick six return. Why? Because Alabama, on 1st and goal from the 1, basically, was trying to throw the ball in the end zone.
That's right.
And like you've always said, as much as you love Sark, if you're Sark there, maybe try to run it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just run the ball.
Yeah, maybe try to run it. That was a 14-point swing.
Okay,
right there.
random ass question. You mentioned Indian burial ground. Do you think on any of the 132 Division I football fields there's an animal buried on one of those football fields?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, on the actual field, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, do you think somebody like groundskeeper, a coach, a player, somebody went and buried a pet?
Well, there's no doubt at the end of the field they have Uggas buried in between the hedges.
Yeah, but I'm with Lance. I just
and
wonder
I don't think they started doing that until after 1980.
I wonder if field
that's
crew.
like Joe Dump, though. I'm talking about somebody like on field.
Field crew, like my dog died, and he was named Bama, and we just plowed the field up to put down sod, so I'm going to bury him here while it's there. I don't think that's legal, by the way, but is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Probably
so.
Probably would hurt the sprinkling system too.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be, like Camp Randall, I don't think it's on an Indian burial ground, but it's built on a former camp. I don't like if old soldiers were buried there or something like that, but it's a former military camp, hence the name, Camp Randall.
Yeah, I remember when you used to do that tradition on Friday. I like that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Because we didn't have to do the research.
Yeah, I had to do all the work. Yeah, and you would learn something.
No, then we would learn something. I like that.
And tell us stories. Before we talk about what is ahead, and Carl on Twitter at nextroundlive.com wants us to explain what LT is seeing in Bloodbath Saturday coming up.
I can go game by game if you want.
Yeah, that's after he tells us about Greystone Chiropractic. We'll get to you. That's what I was setting things up for. Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy, I went to see Greystone Chiropractic just to loosen up the old golf swing. And what I learned from Dr. Lee Goldenberg is that once you get your spine properly aligned, it affects your nervous system, which affects every cell, organ, and tissue in your body. And it's not just for people that are our age. Dr. Lee says it's easier to grow healthy kids than repair damage in adults. So get your kids started now. Go see them for yourself. Get looser. Get healthier. Greystone Chiropractic. Greystone Chiropractor.com. That is Greystone Chiropractor.com. Or 205-981-8090. Beautiful new facility, Tattersall Park, just off 119 and 280. It's Greystone Chiropractic.
LT has given us a lot of information this week about the schedule being light as far as marquee games, but the potential of unranked upsets over ranked teams. And the number of teams that are, major underdogs is almost historic, according to, LT and Chris Felica and people like that. Give us some of the games that Carl wants you to point out a few that you think are going to happen this weekend where the unranked takes down the ranked team.
So we've already had one.
Last night.
There's 9 more potentials this weekend.
Okay.
So the first we start 11 o'clock, CBS Sports Network, Wake Forest traveling to Army.
You think Army has a shot?
Yeah, defending these triple option teams are always a difficult situation. And you mentioned Clawson and Wake Forest. They had the week off, but still, Wake's good. They're not great. They're 6-0 for the first time since 1944. Watching Army this past weekend against Wisconsin, they still give teams fits. And, they were down 14-0. They came back. They made that a one-possession game. Army's catching 3.5 here. Early, lazy game. I think Army is just one of those teams that lulls you to death. I think Wake's got a battle on their hands at 11 o'clock. That could easily be an Army win right there.
I know it means nothing since I'm wearing this T-shirt, but I think Sam Hartman and the guys have no problem in that game.
Okay. Wisconsin on the road at Purdue. Purdue is now ranked for the first time in forever. Wisconsin playing a little bit better football with that defense. Purdue's offense is not dynamic outside of David Bell. This is going to be a defensive struggle. I could see a 13-10 game. Wisconsin is actually your favorite here, but they're unranked. They're playing the ranked team.
Well, this is a malpractice by AP voters here. Purdue is not a top 25 team.
They're not.
They should not be in there. Clemson is better than them. Utah is better than them.
You just had to react to them beating Iowa. They were like, well, we got to rank them.
but this is
Arkansas is better than them.
Yeah.
You keep going down the list, you find teams. Iowa State's better than them.
No, I agree. I agree with all that. But with that said, nobody's going to be surprised at all if Purdue, a ranked team,
No,
falls
not
to
at
an
all.
unranked. 2:30, Oregon, UCLA. You and I got a little skin in this game. Oregon is the ranked team, highly ranked. They're number 10 in the nation. They've been lucky to survive their 3-1 in one-possession games right now. Now they're taking on UCLA. Really good offensive line, really good running back, really good quarterback, really good coach. This is a recipe, in my opinion, for disaster for Anthony Brown in Oregon.
I've got something coming up in our matchup later on that will, I think, highlight what you're talking about.
I would love Chip Kelly to get the LSU job. Not being mentioned or anything. I would just love to see him have talent again and just see what it would be like having him in the SEC. Because I always wanted those matchups back in the day, and I think the only one we really got was Auburn beating them for the national championship.
Tennessee went up there, I think, right? Tennessee had a home and home with Oregon, or they went up to – I know they went up to Autzen, and I think Chip Kelly was the coach then.
Was
But
Chip
those
still the
great,
coach then?
I think he was, but those weren't great Tennessee games.
Yeah,
or teams, I should say.
I think it was the coach after Chip. when
Maybe
that
so.
happened, yeah.
I think it was Chip.
But again, this is a situation where UCLA is favored over the ranked team, so that's not going to be a surprise. Oklahoma State, Iowa State, 2:30 Fox game. We've mentioned Iowa State's now a 7-point favorite. I think Iowa State definitely gets Oak State in that one. I've got that coming up in my matchup.
There are people that believe this Iowa State team, the way they're starting to play, will end up being the second best or maybe the best team in the Big 12 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I don't know that with Caleb Williams. They showed me something offensively. Oklahoma's going to be really difficult to stop. The confidence they're playing with right now. Clemson, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's your ranked team. Clemson's getting 3.5 points. We haven't seen Clemson in this spot before. How do they react?
Yeah.
How do they respond? I don't know.
It was 3 points yesterday because if it had been 3.5, I think I would have taken Clemson in the upset alert.
Because you never get to
so
do
now
that.
it's gone 3.5, and I like Clemson in that one too a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult game to handicap, but again, nobody's going to be surprised if Clemson, the unranked, beats the ranked Pittsburgh team. Then we go to the nighttime slate. San Diego State undefeated taking on Air Force. Air Force is a really good team. Air Force favored in this spot.
Just outside the top 25, Air Force, the Falcons at home, altitude game, and San Diego State has a reputation of being, a double-digit type win. Brady Hoke's doing a great job there. You wonder if Brady Hoke ever gets another opportunity at a Power 5 job.
Yeah, and they're playing really good defense, but their offense is struggling. They won in double overtime this past Friday night. I think that's a difficult game. Again, that's where the unranked is favored over the ranked. 6 o'clock on Stadium. I still don't know where to find that. But UTSA, a team I've been hyping for weeks, almost months, they're taking on Louisiana Tech. They're a 7-point favorite. Louisiana Tech could easily win that game.
Yep. La Tech, one of those teams left behind.
They're left behind playing San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to prove something. Left behind Louisiana Tech there.
Grudge match.
And I've got two more. It's a rivalry game. USC goes to Notre Dame. They're coming off a bye week. Keaton Slovis can get hot. Drake London is the best wide receiver in college football. I don't see it happening. It's a 7-point number. Crazier things have happened in that rivalry before, but USC could knock off Notre Dame, which sits at 13th right now, only with one loss. That wouldn't shock anybody. And then finally, NC State, we backed them last week on the road against BC. They look really good in that second half, but they're taking on Miami that seems to lose difficult games every week. NC State's only a 3-point favorite.
Man, Miami, Derek King's done.
I get it.
They've had guys opting out.
Cameron Harris is done.
Yeah.
But NC State is only a 3-point favorite, so don't be surprised. I took a look at this as my upset alert, Miami. Don't be surprised if Miami pulls off the upset against NC State.
And as LT pointed out, and Felica has bounced back with this morning, the last time a top 10 team was at least a 7-point dog versus an unranked team, 1998, when Notre Dame was an 8.5-point underdog at USC, and they lost the game 10-0. So it's one of those weekends where everything looks like it's easy pickings for the ranked teams. LT just gave you 9 more after last night's upset that could be unranked over ranked teams. still to come in college football this weekend. Our show being brought to you by the folks at Ship Happens. Still to come, John Metchie in the 12 o'clock hour, and as Brown hinted to, some of our key matchups in our big matchup spotlight today.
Hey, in today's ever-changing market, your supply chain is a major factor in maintaining and growing relationships with your customers. Safe, on-time, and affordable shipments, they are crucial. With over 20 years combined experience in relationships, Jeff and Griffin at Ship Happens, they've got the ability to get ship done. From LTL, van, flatbed, heavy haul, and expedited, Ship Happens, ready to bring a solution to all of your transportation problems. Don't have an accident and ship yourself. Call the guys at Ship Happens, 205-605-8101.
When we come back, a neat moment between one of our podcast hosts and Nick Saban last night and our spotlight. We'll get to it on the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the #1 priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org. America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
For your next round of residential and commercial termite protection, pest prevention, mosquito control, and lawn care services, do what my family does and trust Wayne. Ryan Brown here from the next round. Wayne's may be headquartered here in Birmingham, but they're serving more than 100,000 families and businesses across SEC country, from Tuscaloosa to Auburn and Nashville to Knoxville. And right now, get started with their EnviroPest service for $60 off when you use the code TNR. Get started by calling 866-WAYNES1, and don't forget the code TNR for $60 off your initial EnviroPest service.
This hour of The Next Round is brought to you by Excalibur Services, a name you can trust when it comes to residential heating, AC, and electrical services. Excalibur is growing and looking for exceptional HVAC techs, plumbers, and electricians. 205-718-8688. Alabama license number 15214.
Hello, I'm J.L. Shea, and 4 generations of Sheas have run our business in the same spot in downtown Homewood. People ask me from time to time why we do what we do. I can tell you that it's just not all about the clothes, although we are a little obsessive about the brands we bring into our store. No, we do what we do because of people just like you. And through all these years, I've learned one critical lesson. The most important part of a man's wardrobe is fit. When your clothes fit, they feel like part of you, not just something you put on in the morning. You move more easily, you feel more confident. And fit is not an accident or a matter of luck. It shows whether you're buying a made-to-measure suit, a jacket off the rack, or a pair of jeans. We're going to ensure that the fit is perfectly you. Come see us at Shea's. I promise you'll notice a difference. That's Shea's in downtown Homewood, where we have been since 1922.
The Next Round is proud to partner with our friends at Taco Mama to support local Alabama startups. Taco Mama is celebrating their 10th anniversary, and as part of this celebration, Taco Mama wants to give back to startups that are trying to build their new business and live out their dreams. As part of this promotion, Taco Mama and The Next Round wants you to send us a 90-second or less video telling us a little bit about your startup. The Next Round will select multiple winners, and they will receive a taco bar compliments of our friends at Taco Mama, and one lucky startup will receive 1 month's free advertising thanks to our friends at Taco Mama. Taco Mama knows how difficult these first steps are, and they want to support local startups and make their journey just a little bit easier. Really simple. Email us that 90-second video or less, staff@nextroundlive.com. That's staff@nextroundlive.com. Again, Taco Mama celebrating their 10th anniversary, and as part of this celebration, they want to give back to startups trying to build their new businesses throughout the state of Alabama.
Continue on the next round. We're about to give you our spotlights in the Farmfolio chat room. Farmfolio, if you're concerned about market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio can help you diversify your portfolio into cash-flowing farmland property. Simply visit farmfolio.net. That's farmfolio.net. Trip Lance says your Trojans of USC are as soft as churned butter. It is a soft team. He's right.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all.
Yes.
Is churned butter softer than normal butter?
Oh, yeah.
Fresh, man.
Go to a Cracker Barrel every now and then. Brooks says Oregon played Tennessee the same year they played Auburn in the national championship. Matt Sims was Tennessee's quarterback. Game was not good. Tripp agrees with you. Jim, I've been banging the drum for Chip Kelly to LSU. I want to see him with the SEC talent to work with. Voters who ranked Purdue must have forgotten the Boilermakers also lost at home to Minnesota, who is awful. Hey, I was looking at Nebraska pre-show I was reading an article. I just looked at the rest of their schedule. They've got a really good shot at going 3-9, which I guess would do it for Frost. I don't know that he can survive a 3-9. I mean, they're not going to a bowl, so that may do it for him.
But until they lost to Minnesota, they were playing better.
It looked like it, but they're going to go 3-9.
So you had a little progression going. Let's do our Spotlight, Rockstar. It's brought to you by our friends at America's First Federal Credit Union. Hit it, man.
The America's First Federal Credit Union Spotlight.
X's and O's. College football's best matchup.
Banking isn't just about your money. It is about you. So get help with what you need when you need it. AM First was founded for you, and AM First has been putting you first ever since.
All right, LT, start us off. Give me a good matchup, man.
2:30 Fox. I mentioned Oklahoma State heads to Ames to take on Iowa State. They're undefeated. Iowa State's been really disappointing, but Iowa State's got a really good defense led by Mike Rose. They're 15th nationally in scoring. They're 15th against the rush. They're only giving up 2.8 yards per rush. They've only given up 4 rushing touchdowns. The matchup here is that Iowa State defense containing Jaylen Warren. The senior has been fantastic. 4 consecutive games of at least 100-plus yards, 4 touchdowns over that time. You saw him last week against Texas. He carved up the Longhorn defense. If Iowa State, which I believe they will, can contain Jaylen Warren, Spencer Sanders has got no shot at moving the football in that defense. Iowa State wins the game by double digits.
I'm going to go with churned butter, Brown.
USC?
Who's the best receiver in the country?
It's Drake London. It's not even close.
Drake London. Doesn't matter who's delivering the football. Our boy's not returning yet, Jackson Dart. Still practicing, but he's not going to play this weekend. Doesn't matter. Whoever they roll out at quarterback, nobody can cover him for Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got their own quarterback issues. They can't keep benching Cone, bringing Cone back for him to save the day like happens every week. I'm going with the passing game of USC against Notre Dame's defense. Advantage USC with the best receiver in the country. Trojans beat the Irish. That's my matchup.
Wow. Thank you very much.
I am going to go to the Pac-12 2:30 game on ABC. Oregon is at UCLA. Lance included it in one of his games where a ranked team could lose to an unranked. And here's the reason why, Lance. Oregon's rush offense is basically carrying their team right now. They don't throw the ball particularly well. They do run the ball pretty well, 210 a game, which is third in the Pac-12. However, UCLA against the run, number 1 in the Pac-12, number 9 in the country. They're giving up just 91 yards per game. I think UCLA can make Oregon one dimension, and unfortunately for Oregon, that one dimension is going to be passing, which Anthony Brown has struggled at of late. UCLA wins this game outright. They take away the Oregon run, make them one-dimensional, and Oregon can't deal with it.
Wow. So that's our matchup today, and it's brought to you by our friends at America's First Federal Credit Union.
And AM First knows banking isn't just about your money. It is about you getting help with what you need when you need it. AM First was founded for you, and AM First has been putting you first ever since.
Interesting moment last night. Now, Hey Coach is tonight when Nick Saban sits down with a media member, but in his Monday and Wednesday news conferences, a lot of those are done virtual now in a Zoom-like chat room. And one rule, and I think it's a good rule that most schools have, is that you've got to have your video camera on. You got to have your video on if you're going to ask a question of Coach, because they've got a big screen. Coach can see who's asking the question. It's almost like happening in real time, that type of news conference. So yesterday, our buddy Aaron Suttles, who is with LT and our podcast, videocast, Bama and Bourbon, was asking a question, and Coach Saban noticed a little something that was going on in Aaron's life.
You know, guys in the middle of the defense normally, or that's sort of a guys that especially call the defense, that's sort of a leadership role. How was that for Henry To'o this year, coming in as a first-year player at Alabama, and how has he sort of progressed in that role?
Well, I have a question for you, first of all. I mean, did I finally get to meet the boss?
I apologize. My wife is not home yet, so I'm having to pull dad duty.
Well, this is the best behavior I've seen you on since I've been here. I mean, obviously.
I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize. I mean, I if this is the way it's going to be, I'd like for him to be there all the time.
That is fantastic right
cute
there.
Cute kid, too, man.
Yeah.
Aaron and Stephanie had a cute little kid, didn't they?
So Suttles is sitting there babysitting and asking the GOAT questions.
Boy,
in a
that's tough to
conference.
do, man. I give Suttles a lot of
No
credit being able to
joke.
pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard even to change a diaper and watch a Rams game at one time, isn't it?
Yeah. I was no good at that at all.
So, and I thought, Saban with his reaction there is pretty amazing. So a nice little deal last night with our buddy Aaron Suttles and Nick Saban in that news conference. We appreciate the folks at the Crimson Tide Sports Network and Josh Max and the guys letting us use that as always. All right, we approach the top of the hour. A lot more still to come. Caleb Williams, though, has become a discussion. He hasn't played a lot. 7 quarters, I think it is right now, right? Mm-hmm. But the numbers he's putting up is trending him in a good direction. You're a Heisman voter. Do you include Caleb Williams in your Heisman discussion? Or do you go old school and penalize him for not playing half a season?
I mean, I guess it depends on how this second half unfolds. The offense is so different with Caleb Williams in there, and it was such a fun game to watch on Saturday night because he's a two-dimensional guy. Most people believe that Rattler was a better thrower, but watching Williams and some of those downfield throws, he was really good against TCU on Saturday night. Bryce Young's got to be there right now. Matt Corral, I guess, is right there.
Ole Miss is a one-loss team. If they continue like that, how do you say no to Matt Corral?
Yeah, but he played one really good opponent and didn't look great in that spot.
He didn't.
C.J. Stroud has got to be in the mix. I mean, you got to find 3 guys. If Kenny Pickett plays extremely well against a really good Clemson defense, he's got to be in the mix. But to answer your question, let's just say that those guys, Kenny Pickett falls off a little bit, C.J. Stroud falls off a little bit, Caleb Williams continues to play like this, and Oklahoma starts to roll people. I think you got to have him in consideration because, to me, Heisman is about the best player in college football.
We've seen people come out of nowhere, though, and from about this point in October into November and really surge up the board on contenders, and that's what Oklahoma is.
Yeah, but we've never seen anybody miss this much time. And when Heisman, there are no rules. I'm not saying you got to play a whole season, but we've never seen this.
This is one of the strangest seasons as far as not having a collection of 8 to 10 guys that make sense.
Yeah, well, the big thing that is driving this right now, I think, is that your number one team in the nation, that everyone unanimously is saying is number one right now, does not have an obvious Heisman candidate on it. Like, imagine if Caleb Williams played for Georgia. Not only would he be a candidate, he'd be he's a bad example because he played the whole year. But you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Georgia doesn't have an obvious candidate. There's nobody you look at Georgia and say, that guy's got to be in the Heisman discussion.
I'll tell you what's not going to surprise me by the end of the year. Will Anderson with the 4 sacks this past weekend. We remember the Ndamukong Suh. Mm-hmm. And really it was that Big 12 championship game.
It was, yeah.
But for Anderson to have 4 sacks this past week, he's got 7. He's 4th nationally. If he has a couple of more multiple sack games that Alabama continues to win, Will Anderson is a guy that people will start to look at.
He could be that defensive guy that gets some votes.
Yeah, I mean, but that may hurt Bryce Young. It will probably hurt Bryce Young, in fact. But I would agree with you. I mean,
Didn't hurt Devontae last year with Mac, though.
It didn't. They were, in fact, they had 3 of the top 5 last year in voting. Kerry says, stop it. Caleb Williams didn't play half the season. And there will be a number of people and a number of voters who feel that way.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just that's the way it's always been done. Because, again, there are no rules. You're just told to pick the best player in America.
But remember, to let Kerry know, you've got to have 3 guys on your ballot. Not that you would have him necessarily winning, but you could put Caleb Williams third on that ballot.
Right. That's right. He could be one. It doesn't have to be your number 1 vote.
Right.
Just one of your 3 votes. You get enough of those, and you end up in New York as a finalist. All right, we're here at the top of the hour. 1 more hour to go before we get to John Metchie. We'll reset your headlines for the second half of the show on the next round.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm Jim Dunaway, and one thing I've learned about ERA King Real Estate is they believe every client deserves to be represented by an expert. That's why they invest so much in technology and training for their agents. You can be sure that your local agent has experience in your market, up-to-the-minute real estate resources, and top-notch negotiating skills. Text MOVE to 35260. That's MOVE to 35260. ERA King. They work hard to make home buying easy. Iron Mountain Construction is an industrial services company with over 500 people available for your situation and needs. They are committed to safely supporting the operations of your facility through their execution of quality-driven maintenance services and on-time, on-budget small capital construction work. And they offer support with plumbers, pipe fitters, millwrights, iron workers, laborers, operators, and more. Call the office of Iron Mountain Construction, 205-781-1170 for Jeremy Purvis and Iron Mountain Construction.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. And don't forget about that 29-degree man-sized drafts. It's Twin Peaks at the Patton Creek Shopping Centers.
Take a second to listen to me. Do you have problems sleeping? Is your energy down? Your workouts not the same? Is your libido down? Your problem could be as simple as low testosterone. Whatever the challenge, the Alabama Men's Clinic has a solution. You can come in, get a medical consultation and blood work. If medically advised and you start your low T treatments that day in the office, your visit is free. Set up that appointment by calling 205-598-7000 or go to the website alabamamensclinic.com. Another side effect could be depression, and most men wait a year or longer before ever getting tested. The goal line to better sleep, more energy, a rekindled love life, and more may be as simple as getting your low T checkup at Alabama Men's Clinic. Located in Birmingham to serve you. The number again, 205-598-7000 or one click at alabamamensclinic.com. That's alabamamensclinic.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round. As you guys know, the team at Hemphill Services are my go-to guys for all things heating and cooling. Recently, a unit went out in the house. Of course, Hemphill were the guys I called. Always professional, always courteous. Hemphill Services, they've been serving Birmingham since 1954. They're who Birmingham trusts. They're who I trust to do the job right and at a fair price. Hemphill Services, independent train dealer, and they service all makes and models for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Do what I do. Call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. Do it now. 205-229-2090. That's 229-2090.
Banking is not just about your money. It's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. Ryan Brown here for the Next Round. AmFirst was founded for members like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means service that grows and changes with the times to serve you better. Now every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the number one priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. America's first federal credit union is federally insured by the NCUA.
If you need to move, you only need 2 men and a truck. Local or long distance, they can pack it, load it, move it, unload it, and arrange it when you get there. See more details at twomenandatruck.com or call the Tuscaloosa Northport location, 205-614-8522, 205-614-8522. And guess what? You can get a free quote on your moving cost up front, to or from campus, from your apartment to your next home, or from Tuscaloosa to L.A. Your next move starts and ends with twomenandatruck.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Rockstar gives us his 3 and out a little bit later on in this segment as we reset the headlines for you and what should be a pretty interesting sports night. You guys would agree with that? We're looking a pretty good night of sports.
Brown gave us a stat. Did you do that on the air or was that
No,
off the
it was
air?
in a break.
Give that to us again.
It was oddly from the new Pac-12 commissioner, George Cavell, call for every Tuesday. What?
It's an odd place for this stat to come
It
from.
is?
Yeah.
Well, he was pointing out some Pac-12 games there tonight, like women's volleyball and stuff like that. But in the course of that tweet, he pointed out that this is only the 25th time in world history. It sounds a lot better when you say world history, but this really only covers about a couple hundred years, maybe 100 years. Only the 25th time ever you've had a Major League Baseball game, NFL game, NBA game, and NHL game on the same night.
And only the 25th time?
Yep.
Wow.
Rarely has it lined up that way.
75th anniversary of the 75th season for the NBA, so it hadn't been around that long. But that's interesting. NHL's been around a lot longer. Major League Baseball around a lot longer.
It's only the 25th time that has happened.
That's hard to believe.
I bet a lot of it's happened in recent years, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine with the Thursday night NFL game, it has increased the odds, obviously. You know, you did not have a Thursday night NFL game for a very long time. Last Saturday, or was it 2 Saturdays ago? I can't remember, but there was a Saturday recently, I guess it was last Saturday, was the anniversary of the Kirk Gibson home run and Catholics versus convicts. I had forgotten those happened on the same day.
Wow.
Did you remember that?
No.
I think it was Darren Ravel I saw tweet that Catholics versus convicts and the Kirk Gibson Game 2 home run were on the same day.
I would have put the Kirk Gibson home run on a weeknight.
No, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was one of the only times I was ever grounded in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
what must you have done to get grounded?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I was betting if you were grounded, it was from the.
I think the law was involved.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I figured it'd be serving time somewhere.
So that was a plea deal.
House arrest.
Well, it was a plea deal. We'll ground him. All right.
Okay. The
But
headline.
Do you remember that being the same day as Catholics versus convicts?
No, I
surprised
remember
me.
watching on that, the old school TV. I don't even think we had a remote in the living room on the floor watching that game.
Yeah, interesting.
And no,
nothing above your head, so you could jump.
Yeah.
This hour of the show always brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Champy's World Famous Chicken for the fried chicken plates, all the sides and the tenders and the po' boys, those wonderful Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and of course chicken on a stick for your tailgate, champyschicken.com. And the headlines being brought to you by the great folks at Standiford Insurance Agency. Had a chance to see Jessup Standiford just this week.
Yeah, you may want to grab your auto rates, home rates, and what you pay each month and just call this number to get an insurance checkup. See if you could save and get better coverages. That's what happened to me with the Standiford Insurance Agency. You got to have insurance. May as well get the best value. 664-3200 is the number. Get that insurance checkup from them. 664-3200 or StandifordInsuranceGroup.com for more information.
As Rex says over in the chat, the Farmfolio chat room, call it All Sports Day. Today is All Sports Day.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Welcome into All Sports Day because we got college football tonight too. Here's your slate. You got Tulane and SMU tonight, Florida Atlantic, Charlotte, Louisiana and Arkansas State, San Jose State, and UNLV late night. And then the NFL tonight, Broncos and Browns, 2 3-3 teams. No Baker Mayfield. Case Keenum is the starting quarterback there. And then you've got baseball where the Braves are trying to win their first pennant since 1999. One win away from knocking out the Dodgers. The Dodgers are going bullpen start, and the Braves have Max Fried on the hill. You're a Dodgers fan. Had a Dodgers sweatshirt on yesterday. Max Fried being the starter, they were able to get through their bullpen start with a win yesterday. That puts a lot of pressure on you to do the same to get back to your aces. The Braves did that. They're back to their ace tonight.
Yeah, look, I think the stress was on the Dodgers going into last night with Urias on the hill and the Braves having that bullpen start. And now, obviously, the stress is on the Dodgers. But if the Dodgers were to win this game and this thing goes back to Atlanta for Game 6 and 7, I think then it turns. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but if the Dodgers are able to regroup and get this thing to a Game 6 with Max Scherzer taking the ball, where he won his first 11 starts or 11 decisions, at least the Dodgers won those when Scherzer started. And then you've got Walker Buehler, who has been a Braves killer up until the last time the Braves saw him. I think this completely turns around.
But I don't want to, the Braves fans don't need me to defend you here, but yesterday all you Dodger people were saying the series was over.
I didn't say that.
I never heard Lance say that. I jokingly said it to him.
I said that was a monumental turn, and if the Dodgers get tonight, this series is over, is what I said, because I brought up the fact that in Game 6 and 7 that you've got Scherzer and Buehler.
I guess I misunderstood yesterday. What was?
No, I think Braves fans were saying that because we did a poll, and Braves fans said after what we saw in Game 3, we've seen this thing happen before, but you felt much better. I mean, look, the casket was closed after Game 3 if you go down 3-0. But, if you would have told me in the 6th inning of Game 3 that this thing's going to be 3-1 going to a Game 5, I would have taken it because I didn't see the Dodgers coming back, for a few moments in Game 3.
And so that's part of the schedule tonight, that big Braves game. Eddie Rosario, unbelievable 4-hit, 2-home run last night. Freddie Freeman has gotten hot with the bat, 204 with a home run and a double last night. Just look at what those guys did last night. Between them, 6 and 11, 3 home runs, doubles, triples, all the RBIs. Those two guys by themselves,
I know,
red hot last evening. You had pointed out, waiting for if Freddie Freeman, they were doing all that to start the series without Freddie Freeman. Now Freeman's hot.
Yeah, games 1 and 2, Freeman was 0 of 8 with 7 strikeouts, and now he's awakened. So it's become a much more dangerous lineup with your number 2 hitter, who's one of the great hitters of our generation, being alive now.
It's like Dunaway's hosting the Grammys, man. How many costume changes are you going to make? Wardrobe.
They were wanting to take pictures for the shop to get the hoodies up for people to buy in time for the holidays.
No, I like that. I think people should go online right now, buy as much as you can. Not to diminish this all sports day, but outside of the Game 5 and the NLCS, everything's garbage.
Yeah.
This NFL game is complete garbage tonight.
You don't like 3-3 Broncos, 3-3 Browns is being billed as a must-win for Cleveland?
With a backup quarterback going for Cleveland?
Has given up 84 points over the last 2 games. Case Keenum is getting his first start since 2018. He's only been a quality quarterback for 1 season. That was back with the 17 Vikings. There's a chance Bridgewater doesn't play tonight. We get Drew Lock. We might have backup on backup tonight.
Backup on backup crime tonight in the National Football League. I heard, I think it was in our office on, what's it called? It's not First Take, it's the first show. What's the one, the Greenberg show?
Oh, Get Up.
Get Up.
Yeah.
So it's on Get Up. And one of the NFL analysts was making a case that Case Keenum throws a better deep ball than Baker Mayfield, and that this is going to unlock Odell Beckham Jr. or some of the deep receivers
He's
that
not even
Cleveland has.
playing tonight, probably.
Yeah.
They say some of the most ridiculous things on that show, by the way. They really do.
They have to fill an hour.
No, I get that.
A whole hour?
An entire hour with
I don't
18
remember
people
who it
on the
was.
set. Yeah.
It might have been Bart Scott because there was only 3 on the panel this morning, but I heard one of the guys, and I think it was Bart Scott, saying Cleveland doesn't miss anything going from Baker Mayfield to Case Keenum.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah,
so
that's stupid.
This is huge for the Browns tonight that they
They finally got their quarterback in.
Yeah, they've put in the NFL version of Stetson Bennett the fourth tonight to win the game.
I've got 4 plays on my card tonight. I avoided this game altogether because I really don't know what to think. If I knew Bridgewater was 100% healthy, I feel good about the Broncos going on the road and actually making enough plays against the Cleveland defense that has struggled.
Chris at Next Round Live, I think you guys need to go back and look at the YouTube tape from yesterday. I am pretty sure I, too, heard Lance say something very close to the series is over.
No, I think what I said is I think the Dodgers are going to win this series.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty close to saying the series is over.
What in the hell's going on?
No, I don't think so.
All right, part of our show.
Because I said it could flip quickly back if the Braves get Game 4, which they did.
Let's do the Precision Sports injury update. Other than Baker Mayfield, some other injuries to tell you about. Precision Sports, always ready to get you back into the game.
Yes, our friends at Precision Sports. 9 convenient locations, including the Southern Orthopedic Sports Medicine Associates location in Jasper. Now they've got 14 total providers. You can make that same-day appointment for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Call 855-219-6200. You can always visit them online. Go to precisionsportsortho.com.
With or without Sean Clifford, nobody's worried about Illinois, Penn State, Happy Valley, 11 o'clock ABC. But Sean Clifford at practice yesterday throwing, video and pictures of him, brace on right leg. Brace on the left leg, plant leg, for him. So Clifford may play this weekend. They're working on Taquan Robertson and the others. No concern, but down the road, Sean Clifford is almost a must for Penn State to stay in contention.
I mean, you say no concern against Illinois. The situation I watched against Iowa, they could not move the football. And I know Iowa's got a much better defense than Illinois.
Brown, I agree with you. Look, Noah Cain has not been good out of the backfield this year. He's only averaging 3 yards a carry. Watching Taquan Robertson against Iowa, and again, Iowa's got an elite defense.
But it wasn't defense, Lance. I mean, he was throwing the ball over receivers' heads, throwing it in the dirt. I think Illinois beating them is in play if Roberson's the starter.
Can I give you his number? This is a Division I quarterback that plays for James Franklin, by the way.
Right.
He is 11 of 28 this year. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He's completing 39% of his passes. That is nearly impossible in today's college football.
Yeah, so I do think that game's in question if Roberson's your starter.
In the Alabama-Tennessee game, Hendon Hooker was on the field doing some field work, but Josh Heupel is not giving any clue on whether he's going to have a chance to play or not in this one.
This is a loser mentality by me, and I get that, and coaches don't approach it this way. If I'm Heupel, I sit Hooker for this game. Because I think if you're Tennessee, you've got winnable games after Alabama. Hendon Hooker playing his A+++ game doesn't win this game for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you do, though. Like, I see what you're saying, but the games you've got coming up at Kentucky, Tennessee's not beating Kentucky.
They're more winnable than Alabama, is my point. And if you get Hooker...
They've got Georgia, right?
Yeah. I mean...
Wait, you don't think Tennessee has a shot at beating Kentucky?
Without Hendon Hooker, no.
I mean, Kentucky... 4 games, 1-possession games, and I think one of them was against Western Michigan leading into before they played Georgia and got it handed to them.
I'll just say this. Kentucky's going to be favored, and Stoops will do everything he can to cover that number.
No, their next 3 are tough. You know Stoops will do that. Alabama, Kentucky, and Georgia, I mean, they're probably taking 3 losses there with or without Hendon Hooker. Yeah. I'm just saying you're not going to win this game if Hendon Hooker plays his A+++ game.
On the Alabama side, Drew Sanders, not expected to play, x-raying his wrist. He is progressing. Nick Saban saying last night the LSU game, possible return for the linebacker who was playing great before he got hurt. DeMarco Helms, who you mentioned early, dealing with an ankle injury, playing through that as a starting safety. That's your injury report brought to you by our friends at Precision Sports. Always love it when your fan sites that are there to cover just specific teams, turn on members of the coaching staff or coaches. It happened last night at GatorCountry.com. If you read our morning rounds, this morning, we have a story there that column at Gator Country says this: Dan Mullen can't win a championship with Todd Grantham as his defensive coordinator. Dan was sort of asked yesterday, what is the future look like for Todd Grantham as your defensive coordinator? And Dan's answer basically was, paraphrasing here, we don't look at coaches' contracts in the middle of the season. I evaluate that at the end of the year.
That's far from a vote of confidence.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound...
No.
Yeah.
No,
so Todd Grantham, we thought last year he would be the scapegoat with the way it ended. They kept him there, and now it seems like Grantham once again has become the Gators' punching boy as why things are not going well.
I've always thought this guy was overrated. I mean, he has good games, and he's got this good reputation for whatever reason. But I thought even going back to Georgia, this guy was overrated. I thought at Mississippi State with Mullen he was overrated. I think at Florida he's been overrated. I was really surprised he came back this year. I mean, look at the offense they had last year. It was a generationally great offense for Florida. and still they managed to lose 4 games. How do you have that offense and lose 4 games?
Well, if you give me a list of great defensive coordinators, wouldn't you say that 80% of that list has probably won some type of championship?
Yeah, probably so.
Todd Grantham, I'm pretty sure, has never won a championship. If you go back to his DC days with the Browns, we know he didn't. Georgia 2010 to 2013. Louisville, although those were good teams with Lamar Jackson, 14 to 16, nothing. 1 year in 2017 at Mississippi State, and then 18 to now at Florida.
Yeah, I have never been a big fan of Todd Grantham. Dude loves to blitz, and he brings like this persona to the game that I think people love. But I think when you strip all that away and just look at the results, the guy he's been overrated.
But what would you give his defense a grade against Alabama this year?
Oh, I thought Dunaway up until last week.
They had played better this
LSU,
year, actually.
I
Yeah.
thought the defense had played much better. I thought it was much improved. I said this on record a couple of weeks ago. If you had this Florida defense, sans the LSU game, with last year's Florida's offense, watch out.
I'd give the defensive effort against Alabama a low B.
An A+ in the second half.
You say that, but they let Alabama run the clock out. They could not stop Alabama's run game when Bama was trying to burn clock. And Alabama scored. What did they score in the second half?
Well, they scored 8 points they scored 10 points in the final 3 quarters.
Yeah. I thought the Florida
that's pretty good.
I thought the Florida defense played great against Alabama.
Well, they were down 21-0.
Yeah, but again, the final 3 quarters, defense did everything they
I
could.
get that, but it's a 4-quarter game, and if you let a team jump out on you 21-0, especially a team as good as Alabama, that's going to be hard. Now, a lot of that was on offense too, because there was also a nothing up there.
They would have rolled Percy Harvin out. Alabama loses that game.
Well, unfortunately for Florida, Percy was not available.
Where is Percy?
Is
he still in concussion protocol?
He probably is right now.
Farmfolio chat room. Nate says Grantham is garbage. Always has been. Jeffrey says they could have saved the lettering and the ink on that headline. They could have stopped after Dan Mullen can't win championships.
That's probably true, as much as I have to admit I'm wrong about that one.
Yeah, as opposed to Dan Mullen can't win championships with Todd Grantham running his defense. Is that at Gator Country? GatorCountry.com if you want to hear that in-depth report there.
I think I've entirely flipped around on Mullen, and I'll accept the L. I, like Lance, thought he would win a national championship at Florida. I do not believe that anymore. I no longer believe he'll win a national championship at Florida.
I've kind of come halfway between. Like, I don't think he's necessarily an elite coach, but I will admit I don't think he wins a national championship now, but I'm still not going to flush him just because of this season.
We will get to Rockstars 3 and Out later in the 12 o'clock hour. I apologize. We went way deep there, Rockstar, and I want to give it proper time later. This yesterday from the NCAA, a report that progress has been made in NCAA sanctions or the investigation with LSU.
Progress has been made?
Progress
What
has
does that
been
mean?
And just in that case, they've moved forward, and they expect a resolution coming soon. Now, how many times have we heard a resolution is coming soon? How long is really? I mean, I'm not joking here.
Talking about Will Wade here?
The Will Wade
I
case.
thought you were talking about football.
Yeah.
No, this is basketball. My gosh.
It is basketball and football
Yeah, they're
combined,
intertwined, yeah.
which is what has made this such a complex case. So that, more on that in a second. But how long has this investigation been going on with LSU basketball? Because it does seem like this is year 3 of this.
This is this is like Larry King, how he was able to drag
fend
out
off death
for so long. I mean, it really is.
I mean,
I've never seen anything like this.
It has been forever, it seems. I feel like it's year 3 of that investigation. But I bring it up because football is mentioned in this, and that's part of why this has taken so long, whether to do it together, pull football apart from it, how they intertwine and such. Do you think the timing now of an LSU coaching search and a story like the NCAA case is starting to wind down, we've made progress, ruling coming soon, whatever that ends up being, can that hurt you in a coaching search?
No, I mean, I think it would help you just to have closure on it. If you could, in fact, get closure before the end of the season when you're wanting to hire a coach, I don't think.
So if you're an LSU person, you want this to go.
Yes,
you want it to go fast.
Yes, because I don't think a coach worth his salt is going to take it if he thinks LSU is going to get hammered in this. And I don't know how hard it is to get intel on that stuff. I don't know if you tell it to the NCAA how tough that is. But, I mean, if you're a Brian Kelly, that's the guy I was trumpeting for the job earlier this week. If you're James Franklin, would you take the job with that cloud hanging over it?
I would not.
I wouldn't. It's a better job than what I got if I'm Notre Dame or Penn State's coach. But if there's an NCAA cloud hanging over, it's not a better job. If I think I'm going to be down scholarships.
Yeah, so the other guy with Will Wade that was able to survive for so long was Sean Miller, and then finally Sean Miller was out. So it's like Will Wade's almost on an island by himself.
And the only reason Sean Miller was out is it was largely performance, right?
They did underperform, but I think there finally was that push to get him out.
And there probably was. I mean, it combined, but my point was if Sean Miller had been killing it, Sean Miller would still be the coach at Arizona.
Will Wade lost a pretty big transfer yesterday. Adam Miller, who was an Illinois transfer, blew out an ACL, so he is done for the season, hurting LSU on the court, not just in the off-the-court discussion. LT's got trash on the other side. The big news today, UAB officially now a member of the AAC, the American Athletic Conference, as UAB makes a move up in the conferences, and that's big news here locally. Big news for your gutters right now. If you'd like to get them capped, you can get it capped at a great price with our buddy C. Stu from Gutter Cap.
Hey, what about another Christmas gift for you? 45% off the retail price for the viewers and listeners of the next round for December installations. All you got to do is pick up the phone right now. Call C. Stu. Call Chris Stewart, 205-823-2212. 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Gutter Cap is a patented aluminum cover that fits over most existing gutter. It will keep out the debris, eliminate the gutter cleaning forever. It's backed with a lifetime warranty. Stay off the dangerous ladder forever. It's one job you don't want to do. You fall off the roof, you snap the neck and die. You're no good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. Gutter Cap, guttercapbirmingham.com or 823-2212.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the number one priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org, America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA. Iron Mountain Construction is an industrial services company with over 500 people available for your situation and needs. They are committed to safely supporting the operations of your facility through their execution of quality-driven maintenance services and on-time, on-budget small capital construction work. And they offer support with plumbers, pipe fitters, millwrights, iron workers, laborers, operators, and more. Call the office of Iron Mountain Construction, 205-781-1170 for Jeremy Purvis and Iron Mountain Construction.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about our friends at Wayne's. Look, fall is here. You want to enjoy that outdoor weather. Imagine sitting out there on the Saturday, manning the grill. You're watching football. You don't want to deal with the mosquitoes. Don't let the mosquitoes ruin your perfect day. The professionals at Wayne's can protect you, your family, and your pets. Call today, 1-866-WAYNES1. You can always go online, callwaynes.com. Fall weather is here. Enjoy it with the family, mosquito-free. You can do it with our friends at Wayne's.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the Next Round? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app. Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Football season is now in full swing, and you need to be winning with us at lanceslock.com. You get the free lock during the show, but get even more with a subscription at lanceslock.com. Get Lance's full slate of college football games every Saturday, as well as Sunday's NFL. all with the same subscription. No complicated or expensive weekend packages. Get everything. All leagues, every day. Only $90 a month, breaking down to $3 a day. If you want to win this football season, jump on your phone, tablet, or computer right now and go to lanceslock.com and get on board with us.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Farmfolio. If you're concerned about market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio can help you diversify your portfolio into cash-flowing farmland property. We all know about rental real estate. Cash flow and appreciation are the name of the game. With Farmfolio's productive farmland lots, your trees act as the tenants, and they pay you in fruit, which is sold by Farmfolio's international sales team to the likes of Walmart and Costco, ultimately generating cash flow for you. As your cash flow increases, your property value also increases. Just like tenant-occupied real estate, the best part is you don't have to be a farmer. You own, they farm, and you earn. This is the way it works at Farmfolio. For more information, you can go online, check everything out today. Go to farmfolio.net. That's farmfolio.net. Check it out today. If you're concerned about that market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio is your best friend. Go online today, farmfolio.net.
Trash with LT right here. Let me tell you about our friends at Backyard Adventure first. I mean, you know, we have so many great sponsors, and I love the way so many of them help out all of our viewers and our listeners. And Backyard Adventure is absolutely one of those great companies. If you're looking just to make your backyard more enjoyable for your family, Backyard Adventure is a great place to start. Go online, backyardalabama.com, backyardalabama.com, or call them up, 205-408-4FUN, and take a look at everything they have to offer. They offer commercial playgrounds, exactly like the ones you'd see at parks and schools, high-quality trampolines, basketball goals, and the unbelievable high-quality 100% cedar wood, really thick, so strong that I played on our Backyard Adventure every year with my kids. I'd go up in the top of the tree house. I'd slide the slides, do the swings. Just a great thing for your backyard. You can get that one easy click on the website, backyardalabama.com. Still time to get it for the holidays or for next spring and summer when the temperatures get back perfect for the backyard. And they take care of you start to finish, because they'll come and assemble it for you. You don't have to do anything. They set it up. They take it down. They move it around. They'll maintain it for you. They'll throw out landscaping for you. They do it all online, backyardalabama.com. I'm a proud alumni of the Backyard Alabama family there, backyardalabama.com. All right, a lot going on tonight. We've discussed a little bit about possible upsets. We got the Braves in action this evening. The Astros are one win away from going back to a World Series. So all that's going on. But away from sports, it is time for Trash with LT. Rockstar, hit it, man.
Obviously didn't get it done, but left my nuts out there on that mound tonight. That's for damn sure.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
Who said that?
That's a Forrester edition. That was old Chris Sale.
Chris Sale.
Yeah, last night. Yeah. You ever done that before?
He was good.
I've never left him on a mound.
Boy, I wish Sale would start with the Braves tonight. No place like home. Nobody knows that better than Mortgage Right. With locations nationwide, they are the perfect matchmaker to connect you with the home of your dreams. Mortgage Right's team of skilled professionals. They've got the skills and knowledge to move you in with confidence. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to start that home buying journey today. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender. You feeling it yet?
Feeling what?
Braves up 3-1.
Oh, it would be such an easy stake, but I'm not going to do it simply because of the what seems to be 4.2 million people who are Braves fans in our chat room.
Now, you typically do things that are good for the show. Brown, Rocky, don't you think it would be good for the show to add a little drama? I mean, this thing's
it would
over.
be good for Lance if you did this.
Yes.
I mean, the show.
Yes.
If Brown tells me to, I'll do it, but I'm not doing it.
Don't put this on me. As Royal Payne says in the chat, if the Dodgers had Fernando Valenzuela, they don't lose last night. Lance.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I need Earl Hershiser from the 88
okay.
run.
All right, Earl Hershiser.
Oh, Bulldog. This one out of Madison County, Florida. Madison County Waffle House. And be thinking about that, by the way, Brown.
What?
You can push your mate here.
Yeah, I'm not going to get involved.
Waffle House employee called 911 Monday night to report an attempted robbery. Now, the suspect was unarmed and simply left after grabbing some napkins. This is where it gets interesting.
That's all he grabbed was napkins?
Now, they identified Edward William Rodriguez as the assailant based on video footage and witness descriptions. Rodriguez entered the Waffle House at about 8 p.m. Witnesses described him as a white man wearing a gray hoodie.
Whoa, Jim.
Dark jeans and a dark hat.
A rope hat.
Oh, no, this is all me right now.
But he did have dark hair. And he also had a small dog.
That eliminates you
Well,
on
if
both
I got a
counts.
hat, I got a small dog. And with my hat on, how can they tell what color my hair is?
Do this, okay? Can you role play? Rodriguez began shouting, "Get on the ground, you're getting robbed."
Get on the ground, you're getting robbed.
Getting robbed.
Getting.
Well, I was trying to say, what part of the country are
What are
we
we in
in?
the Wild West?
This is Madison County, Florida, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Get on the ground, you're getting robbed.
So, again, the rednecks in Florida are at the top.
Oh,
the
Florida man.
Northerners are at the bottom.
Yeah, Florida man is crazy.
Now, he then stated that he was high and drunk before grabbing some napkins and walking out.
I am high and drunk.
Both.
Got into a vehicle, left the parking lot. 911 caller told deputies. Suspect did not appear to have a weapon, but he did raise his hands with his fingers in the shape of a gun. Going pistols up.
Guns up.
Woo! Get on the ground, you're being robbed.
Deputies located Rodriguez.
It's more and more cowboy and Wild West.
At
every
his
time he does it.
residence, placed him under arrest without incident after he admitted to the crime. What is the crime? Like, if you go in and rob a bank, even with, hand pistol, you're going to do time. I wonder what.
Well, am I doing it in my sweatshirt like this?
No, I mean, it was
straight up like this. I'm not a
Double guns.
I'm not rocket scientist, but I'm not scared of this.
But also, I don't want to lose the fact that he's taking napkins.
That's all he took was napkins.
If I rob a bank, I get cash. If I rob the Waffle House and get napkins, I don't really see what the issue is here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I prefer him not
Scattered,
doing
covered,
it.
and smothered.
Saudi Arabia may be trying to reduce its dependency on oil. That hasn't stopped the Arabic kingdom from using its petroleum industry as an inspiration for a brand new tourist attraction. Now,
We can pump you up.
Now, the Middle Eastern country has announced plans to convert an oil rig into a 150,000 square meter extreme park.
Oh,
that will be extreme. Out in the middle of the ocean.
Yep. Now, funded by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, the rig will be comprised of 3 hotels, 11 restaurants spread over a number of connected platforms, as well as roller coaster rides and adrenaline rush activities like bungee jumping and skydiving.
Actually sounds pretty cool.
Welcome aboard, you little roughnecks.
Oh, my.
It's a theme park.
Yeah.
Described as the world's first tourism destination inspired by offshore oil platforms, the upcoming attraction is being devised in line with long-term Saudi Vision's 2030 strategy, which aims to make Saudi Arabia as a top international tourism destination.
Let's go to the oil slide.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a success.
This sounds pretty cool, actually. Out in the middle of the ocean,
So
you
if
got a
wanna go
hotel.
You go anywhere internationally, going to go Saudi Arabia?
Well, no, but I'm just saying if I'm in the area, that sounds pretty cool.
If I'm
what
just
they're
in the
doing.
middle of the ocean somewhere in Saudi Arabia?
I mean, you make it sound as if nobody ever goes to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, they're saying they're making it a tourist destination.
Okay, but the
Well,
one
all right.
movie that involves an oil rig that I've seen is Armageddon.
There will be
Independence Day. Armageddon.
Derek.
Which one was it? Bruce Willis?
Armageddon is yes.
Yeah. Okay, Armageddon. And that starts on an oil rig.
Yeah.
That does not look like a good way to live.
Well, it doesn't, but this is going to be a hotel and restaurants and stuff like it's going to be a little different. You would have said the same.
Wasn't bad for Ben Affleck.
No. But I
I
mean,
mean, he had Liv Tyler.
Animal crackers.
What you're
how
saying?
many Liv Tyler is going to be on this oil rig?
Very few.
0.
What you're saying
be running
is,
for a life
is
the
the
whole
same
time.
thing people would have said about, is it Kuwait, which is now, or no, Dubai.
Dubai.
I mean, it was nothing but sand and water.
Yeah.
And they've turned it into it. So, Rockstar, just because people have vision that is not reflective of yours,
Yeah, hey.
you shouldn't diminish their passion.
Amen.
Bugsy Siegel, Las
That's
Vegas.
right, Las Vegas, it was a desert.
But yesterday, Brown, not today, Brown. Yesterday, Brown said they'll never put a shovel in the ground.
Nope.
For that.
Did you hear how absurd that one was? Though?
Yeah.
Hey, what was
Never-
Boaz
no,
before they
forget-
put the outlets there?
Boaz, it was just it was the top of Sand Mountain.
Yeah.
And then one day, you know what I'm doing? I'm going up there to get my Lee jeans.
Yeah,
So
ne-
that'll happen.
Put a
we'll
Buc-ee's up here
never,
one
we'll
day,
never
fellas.
put a shovel in the ground.
Well, that was for something absurd.
They'll
This is
never
not
drill a
absurd.
hole.
No,
in
I
this
agree
thing.
with that. I think I'm going to go backwards here.
Okay.
Because I like this one story the most. So I'm going to go first with this. The Miss France Beauty Queen competition is being sued by 3 angry rejects who say that they should have made the cut.
Okay.
The Not even going to try it, but it's the Dare to Be Feminist group, along with the 3 failed contestants, are bringing a case against the Miss France company and a production company who produced the annual competition for broadcast on television. They say the entry requirements for the competition fall foul of French employment laws because they require the women to be more than 5 feet 5 inches tall, unmarried, and a representative of beauty.
Okay.
Now, under French employment law, it is illegal to discriminate based on morals, age, family status, or physical appearance. According to France,
It's a
24,
contest.
the case is expected to be decided on whether the court deems Miss France contestants to be employees of the competition and TV station or instead as volunteers. The women are hoping for a judgment from 2013 when a former contestant on Mr. France sued and won, helps to revenge their case.
But it's Miss, M-I-S-S, which is not married.
Not married,
right?
so she can't be married. But
there's
I'm
probably a Mrs.
You're
France,
not going to win one of
MRS.
this if you don't look good.
I'm with Rockstar. It's my contest. I should be able to say these are the people I want to be my contestants. It's my contest.
Refer to French law, employment laws. I'm not
That's
getting employed.
ridiculous.
It's a contest.
It's a beauty contest.
Yeah, look, this is outdated, but let's just say that we went back to the 90s and we decided to have the next round calendar girls.
That's right. I ought to be able to pick who they are. It's my calendar.
Can't force your way into Miss July.
No. If you don't like it, you know what you do.
No,
Get away.
Serious question.
Well, okay.
If we were doing a calendar, do you put the hottest girl in July or December or Valentine's Day?
Well, I think everybody would disagree on who the hottest girl
That's
was.
right,
That's how it always is.
No, but
some
I mean,
likes blonde, some
if
like brunette.
Well, it depends on what they look like.
Whoever you consider to be the most attractive girl of the 12 we have.
I think July's got to be a blonde, and I think December's got to be a brunette.
Well, July is going to be in a bikini, so that's going to be your big deciding factor there. How does that look?
You be
September's
sexy
gonna-
Santa in December.
Yeah, you can.
September's going to be coveralls.
Yep. January, she's got on the hoodie.
August is waiters.
Yep.
February could be something with hearts.
Yep. February, she's in
Something
Valentine's.
with hearts.
Yeah, a heart-shaped hot tub.
That's right. Yes, classy. We'll have to go to Gatlinburg for that.
So I think in the calendar months, the most attractive woman goes July. Second most attractive is December. Third is on Valentine's Day.
Do you put the one on July? Do you put her on a fire hydrant?
July, she could have sparklers.
Put her on a hose.
You know, when I was in high school, we had calendars with students.
We did too.
Yeah.
It was the early 80s.
Yeah. Key Club, maybe, was the club that did it.
I forget who did it for us, but yeah.
Yeah. Some of the girls in high school, you had January, February, March, April, May.
Our fine sponsor, Twin Peaks, still does a calendar.
They do. They sent us some one time.
Yeah. Remember they sent us, how many we get one time? Like
about
a
7
million?
million. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 1 million of them.
The box literally needed a forklift.
It was the heaviest boxes of calendars ever.
And you know when we moved it again? June 16th of 2021.
Did we move it or we leave it there?
Right out in the hall. That's where we moved it. That's as far as that one's going.
I was voting to leave it there.
Yep.
Okay, the greatest 100 television shows of the past 20 years.
I'd love to see McElroy try to move it.
To compile the list, BBC Culture polled 206 critics, academics, and industry figures from 43 countries. Critics could only vote for TV shows which had their pilot after January 1st, 2000, and each critic voted for 10 programs, ranking them 1 to 10. So because of after January 2000, Sopranos is not going to be on this list.
Okay.
Really?
This is a good list, though. Number 10, they've got this way too far down. Again, this is the best show. Trust me, if you have not seen it on television to date, the best writing, the best acting, Succession is number 10 on their list.
Yeah. Funny show. It really is.
Number 9 is The Office, the UK version. Ricky Gervais.
I think it's fashionable to say you like the UK version better. I much prefer the American version.
Have you seen it?
I have, yes. Right. Sorry, I don't just say that without watching.
Now I'll be honest. I've only watched the first 4 episodes, so sometimes character development.
Ricky Gervais is very funny in that, but the other characters are so much better in the American one.
Yeah, it was the UK version is pretty much all Gervais.
Yeah,
he's the whole show.
But then you can't tell me that Ricky Gervais is that much better than Steve Carell. Steve Carell is fabulous in that role.
They're two different characters, though.
Yeah. They're both hilarious.
But they're both who it's
but I
built
would never
around.
say I'm not one of those ones that this is better than that.
But I also think there's ticks that we get in corporate America that
Correct.
are different over
Probably
there.
so,
right?
yeah.
Number 8 on this list.
I watch a lot of British television because of my wife, and the humor is very different.
Is Maggie still drinking tea? Rockstar, can you give it to us?
Faulty Towers.
Yeah.
Faulty Towers. That guy with that big mustache.
No, she actually she gave me a cup of hot tea last night.
That's good.
Hey, spill this on your lap.
Number 8 on this list, and this is the top 10 shows according to all of these critics since 2000, is The Americans. I never finished it. I thought it was really good.
I lost steam.
Yeah, the last season was better than the next to last season.
Well, when the teenage girl figured out what was going on and they were about to get her involved, that's when I pulled the chute. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to
Carrie Russell is one of those that got better with age, in my opinion.
Yep.
She's so attractive.
First couple of seasons were fantastic.
Matthew Rhys, I'm a little surprised. Now, I know he got the part as the HBO miniseries. The attorney.
Mr. Rogers.
He was in Chernobyl, wasn't he?
Rockstar, help me out. Nah, the damn attorney that never lost a case. Perry
Mason.
Perry Mason.
Yeah, so Matthew Rhys needs to get
Alexander
more roles.
Shannara.
He's really good. The Leftovers is number 7. I like The Leftovers. Does not belong on this list.
Really, really good show.
Number 6, I May Destroy You. I don't know what this is.
It's something on Netflix. I don't know.
We need to pull some information on that then. Number 5, Game of Thrones. Again, they just couldn't stick the landing. Great show for the majority of its run. Number 4, Fleabag. I still haven't seen it. I've heard great things. I know you guys watched it.
Love it.
Number 3, Breaking Bad. Not high enough. Number 2, Mad Men. I'm thinking about going back and watching again. It was fantastic.
I never finished that one. That one hit a lull for me, and I never went back.
So
How many
good.
seasons? 20?
No, maybe 6 or 7.
Seems like forever.
Really?
And number 1, The Wire. I think The Wire is great. It might be close to my top 5, but I think this is one of those that the critics jump on and they feel like they've got to include The Wire. As good as The Wire is.
Well, I May Destroy You is after being sexually assaulted in a nightclub, Arabella's life changes irreversibly and she is forced to reassess everything, including her career, friends, and family.
Well, that sounds awesome.
My best story I threw away early.
Oh, no. Lance just throwing away his best story.
You going to do it tomorrow, or are you going to come back to the microphone? Okay, LT is off the microphone right now. You can't hear him.
Yeah, he's looking for his best story.
This hour is brought to you by our friends at Champy's. 41 after the hour as LT makes his way back off.
Yes, it was very
bringing you
much
back to
hurry
the
up,
microphone.
If you don't mind hurrying up.
Okay, sorry.
We're limited on
Coming
time
back
here.
down.
Yeah.
We can hold it if you want. It's a good story.
No.
Okay, how many calories a day do you think a hungry bear eats?
8,500.
A hungry bear, calories per day. I'm going to say 3,000 a meal. I'm going to say a bear sits down to eat about 4 times a day.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to say 12,000.
I got the picture up for you, Lance.
That's what the bear ate?
Yeah, so what we're going to do, so the bear eats 20,000 calories a day. Here's what this looks like in human food. So Colorado Parks and Wildlife shared this photo on Monday.
So we could eat all of this in one day?
So bears can gain more than 3 pounds a day before hibernating. So Yellowstone National Park put this together. And here's what it would look like as a human.
Oh, my
You could do a
gosh.
dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, bucket of KFC, large pepperoni pizza, 2 double cheeseburgers, large fries, large milkshake from McDonald's, Chipotle burrito, regular Jimmy John's sub, cheeseburger, chili cheese fries from Sonic, large coffee from Starbucks, and an order of breadsticks from Pizza Hut, and to top it off, 6 Hershey bars.
What do you imagine that looks like later on for the bear? Sweetie, he's got the newspaper under his...
I'm going to loosen my belt buckle.
He's got the newspaper under
he
his
shits a Jawa.
Yeah, I would say so.
He does.
I'm hungry now. I like a lot of those foods that are right there.
Oh, gosh. I stay hungry on this show. I could eat a lot of that.
Yep. That is Trash with LT today, brought to you by.
Hey, life comes at you fast on the way. Our friends at Mortgage Right, they are faster, looking to refinance with a multitude of trusted professionals behind them. Mortgage Right has got your back. Whether you need a cash-out refi to pay off the debt, make home repairs, or just looking for a lower interest rate, Mortgage Right has got the right option for you. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to get started. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender.
Bob Bowlesby, he's got his new teams. The American has their new teams, but Bob Bowlesby still a little hard feelings for Oklahoma and Texas, which started all this expansion stuff. What he said and how he's put in his place yesterday by Jay Billis next.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Are you sick of leasing your life away? Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. Mortgage Right has the cure. With locations nationwide, our friends at Mortgage Right are dedicated to making the home buying process easy. They are eager to offer tips, tools, and a staff of industry professionals to move you in with confidence. So if you're ready to let go of the leasing life and start living life, Mortgage Right can help. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to get started. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round. I'm absolutely loving my Alfa Romeo Stelvio that I've been in for months now, and right now you can get up to $3,500 bonus cash plus 1.9% financing for 72 months on the all-new 2021 Alfa Romeo Giulias and the Stelvios at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com, 1837 Grants Mill Road, exit 27, right off of I-459. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about our friends at HydroLife Therapy. Boost your immune system today with HydroLife Therapy. IV therapy, B12 injections, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. Mention Next Round at checkout. Save 20% off any service at the Birmingham and Tuscaloosa locations. If you're unable to make it to HydroLife, a nurse can actually come to your home or office. You can visit them online today, hydrolifetherapy.com. HydroLife Therapy open 7 days a week. Homewood 9 to 6 and Tuscaloosa 10 to 6.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh yeah, it's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on America's favorite meal, relish, mustard, and onions perfectly blending into a crescendo of flavor, there's only one thing that makes everything about that moment better: a cold, refreshing Pepsi. See what I mean? It's like music to my ears. Hot dogs, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Let's just cut to the chase right here. A tax problem is way too important to trust someone out of state to some national 1-800 number when you have someone here local that can take care of you. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round, and I've seen what ignoring IRS tax problems can do. If you owe back taxes and are looking for a way out, I've got the answer. It's my friend Perry Cronin with the Axiom Tax Resolution Group. You've got to understand this. The IRS is starting to take the gloves off again as we roll into 2022. They're coming after people, so don't fall victim to liens and garnishments. Call Perry Cronin, 205-872-1100, 872-1100, or the website 205tax.com. Perry and his daughter Teresa Cronin are tax professionals right here in our area. You'll meet them face to face, you'll explain your situation, and they'll handle your case like a family matter. Perry Cronin can help. Visit the website 205tax.com.
Hey, are you suffering from that lower back pain? Get moving this fall with our friends at Stretch Zone. Great for golfers, runners, desk jockeys, weekend warriors, and more. To learn more, book an appointment, 205-509-2349 or online, stretchzonebeham.com.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to join in the pledge to Decide to Ride on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and The Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, I've asked online at a couple of places, do you want the rope hat or not? Can we get another shot of the rope hat? Now, they come in a variety of different colors, but we don't have them for sale. We don't know if we're going to make them or not. They were sort of sent as a mock-up, and it's coming back. Every 3 votes, 2 out of 3 want the rope hat.
Well, then we'll do it.
Rockstar putting one on. You going to jump in front of your camera? There's another color right here. I actually like Rockstar's colored hat there.
I like the color of yours better.
Damn, Rockstar, you could hide some stuff under there. You got a sack lunch under there. You know, the interesting thing about Dunaway's hat is he's wearing Dodger colors today.
Braves colors, too. They're red, white, and blue.
They're Braves colors. Not Dodger colors. Do you want the Braves, and I'll take the Dodgers for a steak? Would that help you? Because I've been hot all year long. It's been forever since I've trailed in the steak bed.
Ooh. Hey, somebody asked.
Wait, hold on one second.
Real quick. Think about that. Smuff.
No.
Smuff asked if Dunaway ever gets way down in steaks again. He asked this in the Farmfolio chat room. Can he do the pre-hibernation bear challenge? He's got to eat that in 24 hours.
24 hours?
It'd kill him.
It would not kill me.
It would kill you. It would kill you.
The Cadbury eggs put you down.
Yeah,
for
what
a
was
week.
the one that made you so sick?
The
Was
Cadbury
it
eggs.
Cadbury eggs?
I have a problem. Sometimes my sugar can get out of whack if I take too much in.
Right. I
Go
can
back to that
understand
picture.
You're eating the 12 donuts.
Wait, go back to that
The
picture.
12 donuts would not be the problem.
So, how many Cadbury eggs was it?
It was 12.
You were in a fetal position.
Full-size one.
On a couch at work.
Yeah, but we were also waking up at 3:30 in the morning. I forget what I'd eaten that day.
Okay, so just look at this. So you got donuts.
It was more than 12.
Let's
Wasn't
just
it
go
24?
sweets. I
I
don't
forget
think
what it
you
was.
could do the Starbucks, the milkshake, the 6 Hershey bars,
And
the
a
12
dozen donuts.
No,
Yeah,
just
that'd be a lot.
just the sweets would be bad.
God, and you talk about
Where
how
do you
you
go first? Where do you go first?
give me your move that you do down Highway 280.
I don't even know what we're
What
talking
are you
about.
talking about?
He does his lean.
Oh,
Dunaway be leaning at every light, wouldn't
Oh
it?
my gosh.
I would be. All that milk mixed with all that grease, 100%. Which one would I start with, Rockstar?
Yeah, I mean,
what are the two things at the bottom that you can't even tell what they are? Is that
Those-
tater tots and
Chili cheese fries that look like chili tater
Yeah.
tots.
That's from
Yeah.
Sonic. It looks like chili cheese.
I mean, there's
bars.
certain things there I don't think you could finish. Like, I don't think you could finish a dozen donuts.
You don't think I could eat 12 donuts?
Not in 24 hours.
I think the bucket of chicken would give you a run.
24
It would
hours?
give me the runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could probably do the pizza if you pushed.
You cannot do a dozen donuts in 24 hours. Do you know you're
like I like a lot of that stuff, but I would want them to come from some of our sponsors.
No, but you know, he.
Yeah, that would help.
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, it'd help it go down easier.
No, but like I can't eat that pizza, but I can eat a whole slice pizza any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Well, I can too, but I can't chase it with a bucket of Champy's chicken.
The donut is.
I technically haven't tried it, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
A lot of air in it. You guys know my friend Heath, and we did this donut challenge with him where he had to do a dozen donuts and a half gallon of milk. Were you there for that, Rocky?
No, thank God.
How long did you give him?
He had 10 minutes to do it.
Yeah, well, see, that's the
10
problem.
minutes? That's idiotic.
Yeah, that's less,
He did it. He did it.
Well, I bet he was awful though.
but that's
he
less
was
than a
terrible.
minute on a donut. I can't do
Oh.
No, maybe it was 30 minutes. It was either 10 or 30 minutes. It was condensed time, but he did the full 12 and half gallon milk, but he was done for 3 or 4 days.
that. I'm not sure I'm ever going to be that many steaks down again where I have to risk my life again.
Confident, Dunaway.
Hey, you're up 3-1 on Braves. I'm willing
I
to
don't
go
know if
one
you
right
know,
now.
but Lance would like for you to take the Braves in this series.
I'll be glad when this series is over. I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm so tired of this series. That's tonight, the Braves and the Dodgers.
Well, if
with
Steve
Max-
Garvey's playing, it's
He was there the other night.
I saw it.
If Bill Russell was at shortstop and Davey Lopes was at second and Tommy Lasoda was the Gator Smoke says Michael Phelps used to eat 8,000 to 10,000 calories a day when he was swimming at his peak.
I
do
can't
that
imagine
on a Saturday though.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't burn that much on a Saturday because I'm sitting around watching football. What do you think he burned in a day? I mean, just the training for that swimming, he had to burn. I bet he struggled to keep weight on in that many
Yeah,
calories.
probably so.
A lot of the national voices are commenting about UAB and everyone who's joined the AAC now. Brett McMurphy tweeting this out. And I bet you, if you stop and think about this, you realize this, but I think a lot of fans today don't realize this. Of the new AAC lineup, the new American Athletic Conference, 14 teams. How many of those teams do you think at one point were in Conference USA? Of the 14, quick answer.
I would guess 10 of 14.
I would go 11 of 14.
12 of the 14 at one point were in Conference USA.
Well, Conference USA was a legit conference when UAB first got in it. I can remember,
Not football-wise.
not in football, but in basketball, I can remember going to Bartow and seeing Bob Huggins in Cincinnati.
Right.
Going to Bartow and seeing Rick Pitino and Louisville. I mean, that was a legit Marquette. It's Tom Crean and Marquette. I was at Bartow Arena and watched Tom Crean and Marquette.
Yep.
I mean, that was a legit
Memphis,
conference.
Memphis and
Yeah,
that
I
team.
mean,
was
Memphis,
really,
yeah.
Brett McMurphy says, as the late, great Russ Anderson, a former CUSA assistant commissioner, once told me, the American has taken all of our teams. Why don't they just also take our name?
Well, I don't think they want the name. I think they kind of like the name.
I just wish the American didn't have anybody defecting to the Big 12, and UAB was just the only addition.
I would agree.
Right.
I would like that.
Like you keep Cincinnati, you keep all of those teams, and just add one UAB.
And then you've got a 12-team conference.
I'll tell you what I wish. I wish UAB, I wish they had somehow been packaged with UCF in the addition to the Big 12. Like I wish the Big 12 right now would say, you know what? Let's bring in Memphis and UAB with us and add them to the Big 12.
Yeah. It's a hard sell for the Big 12 schools because they're seeing the money going out the door with Texas and Oklahoma, and they know those checks are about to start shrinking bad.
But as I sit here and I do scheduling for everything else, to have something to connect you to Orlando, to have a game in Birmingham and a game in Memphis on your way back to Iowa State would be pretty nice.
But that everything else is not paying my bills. Football is. So I got to keep that as small as I can.
Now, you could get me to a UAB home game this weekend based on this slate if Iowa State was coming to town.
Yeah, exactly. It would be interesting. But UAB's excited to the American Conference is there. A lot of familiar names for Blazer fans with them on their way to the AAC. When we come back, we'll talk to John Metchie, the receiver for Alabama. This hour of the show's been brought to you by Champy's world-famous chicken. I'd love to eat a bucket of it right now. Those great tamales as well. You can see it all online, champyschicken.com. Highway 119 in Alabaster. Stop by and tell Sterling you've been dying to try those tamales.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
There's nothing I like more than a unique, delicious meal, and that's what you get at Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great full fried chicken plates, the tenders, the po' boys, but I love the southern staple chicken on a stick. It's perfect for a tailgate or watching the big game. And then the authentic Mississippi Delta recipe, homemade tamales, the best I've ever tasted. See the whole menu or order online at champyschicken.com. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119, Alabaster.
Hey, if you're looking for a local agent to handle all of your insurance needs, you need to call my good friend James Anthony at the James Anthony Agency, 205-985-7717. Hoover, Birmingham, Northport, and Tuscaloosa has been in business over 20 years. The James Anthony Agency.
Cowan Equipment has had the honor of providing heavy equipment solutions to Alabama contractors for more than 80 years now. With one of the largest and most diverse heavy equipment rental fleets in the Southeast, stocked by Volvo Construction Equipment, Takuchi Mini Excavators, track loaders and skid steers, Groove and Cabelco cranes, Doosan portable compressors and light towers, Indico breakers, and much more. Cowan is your one-stop shop for all your heavy equipment needs. From short and long-term rental options, flexible rent-to-own, or straight purchase options, parts in stock, and service you can depend on, let Cowan show you what it means to have a trusted partner who will keep you ahead of the game. Call Cowan at 800-239-2694 or visit cowan.com. Again, where you can always expect extra effort when it comes to your heavy equipment needs, call Cowan, the name you have trusted for decades, 800-239-2694, or visit them online at cowan.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round. You've heard me for years talk about our friends at Bromberg's Jewelers, and we welcome you to stop by and see that great customer service at the Mountain Brook and Summit locations, but we'd also love for you to check out their new online shop. They've got plenty to choose from. Great gifts, big and small. Available online, they've got David Yurman, Tudor watches, select diamond and gemstone jewelry, William Henry, seasonal and favorite giftware items, and baby gifts as well. They've even got an online sale section. For more information, brombergs.com.
Johnston RV Center, home of the lifetime warranty, is having its fall sales event Monday, October 25th through Saturday, October 30th. The fall sales event is happening at our two locations, off I-65, exit 304 in Coleman and exit 334 in Decatur. There will be special pricing on select units, special financing on the largest inventory of the year, and Halloween treats for the kids. In addition to these savings, Johnston RV offers an exclusive lifetime warranty from RV Warranty Forever on all new models and used models under 2 years old. Now is the time to get the RV of your dreams. Special pricing, special financing, and deals on the largest inventory of the year. Make plans to visit our two locations off I-65, exit 304 in Coleman and exit 334 in Decatur. Enjoy our best selections of the year, special pricing, and additional markdowns at the Johnston RV Center Fall Sales Event. For more information, visit our website, johnstonrvcenter.com. Go see why Johnston RV Center is the #1 travel trailer dealer in the state of Alabama.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Today I have some tips on how to stay healthy. Number 1, get some cardio. 2, get a proper fitting on your shoes to get the most out of that cardio. Our in-store fit specialist will match your feet with the perfect New Balance shoe so you get the perfect fit. Come see us at the New Balance Birmingham store, located on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. Experience the difference a custom fit makes today at New Balance Birmingham.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, final hour of the show right here on the next round. LT, D&B, Rockstar, and Forrester, and our buddy John Metchie standing by. We were just debating on whether or not if we can. I know we can pay him to do interviews. Can we send him free stuff? Like, can we send him a free hoodie, a next round hoodie?
Absolutely.
And that's legal? We can do that?
Yeah. No, it's 100% legal.
Okay. Well, let's send him a free hoodie now that we've got hoodies in.
Okay, we'll do that. John Metchie joins us on the Pepsi Hotline each week, courtesy of RentalWorks division, the division of CraneWorks there with the equipment rental, reliable machines, local experts to help you find exactly what you need. Call them for a personalized quote or visit craneworks.com to see their full inventory. I know you've never seen these hoodies, but if we send you one, John, would you wear it at some point in your life?
I got to see it first.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Completely non-committal. All right.
Hey, since we're talking NIL, I don't know if you saw this. Ty Washington, which is one of the best freshman basketball players in college basketball, incoming with Kentucky. He just signed a deal with a Porsche dealership. They gave him an $80,000 Cayenne. What is the best NIL deal you've gotten up until this point?
I don't know. And I'm not really very public with all my NIL stuff. I kind of just keep that between me and my people.
Okay.
But you'd take that Porsche, wouldn't you?
Oh, no, definitely I would.
I'll be very public about that.
You know your head coach has got a Mercedes dealership.
Yeah.
He does.
Hey, I want to ask you as we get into the conversation about last week's game. Boy, that seemed like it was a turning point for that offensive room. You guys made some plays. The catch and run after catch was highlighted in that game, not just by you, but a couple other people on the team. Tell us about the excitement with your group of receivers there about turning those catches into long, big touchdown explosive plays.
Definitely. I think that opportunity just came from how we practiced, how we had to kind of bounce back, focus, lock in. And I think all of that just came from how we practiced. We were doing it all week. We were practicing well all week, and it showed. And hopefully we continue that this week and through this weekend.
John Metchie is with us on the Pepsi Hotline. He joins us each week courtesy of the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks. Your head coach, Nick Saban, had talked about how this team had failed to play a four-quarter game all season. Did you do that in Starkville?
I feel like we were, if not, we were extremely close to it. I feel like we did, but if not, I feel like we were really close. So I think that was probably our most complete game from start to finish.
Do you feel like that was your most complete game?
Probably so. And I think just being able to continue to do it from here on out will be good for everybody.
You know, I'm interested. You're the veteran now, and we talked about this the first time we ever talked to you. How you're a leader in the locker room. You've got a lot of young, talented receivers, and there's only one football. Have you had a chance to talk with a couple of the younger guys over the last few days about, you know, patience and waiting your turn, or do you like people yearning to get playing time, that fighting to get out there? Is there Is there a protocol between waiting your turn and wanting to be hungry and get out there?
I think, yeah, I haven't really had that conversation with most of them, but I think it's kind of known. It's just part of the process. I remember when I was a freshman and it was the same story, or last year when it was the same story. And also that also kind of keeps you motivated and keeps you hungry and it keeps you working. So using that as motivation is just all part of it.
John Metchie is with us, courtesy of the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks. He joins us on the Pepsi hotline each week at this time. I'm curious, when you guys are in the team film on the offensive side, how much love does Brian Robinson, because this helps you tremendously, how much love does Brian Robinson get for his blitz pickup? It seems like he is really, really good at protecting Bryce Young.
Definitely, a lot. It doesn't go unnoticed protecting Bryce. The whole O-line, just what they do in the run game and what they do in the pass game for us is just tremendous, and it's definitely something that we acknowledge in film.
When you're watching film, when you go back and watch Ole Miss Tennessee, does somebody edit the 20-minute delay of debris raining down from Neyland Stadium? Did you get to see what happened this past Saturday night?
No, I did not.
Are you aware of it? Do you even know what happened?
Oh, no clue what y'all are talking about.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
They had to stop the game.
To let you know, so it's a 5-point game. There's a 4th and 20. Well, there's a couple of controversial calls, but a 4th and 20, Tennessee comes up about a half foot short, and then all chaos ensues, and Tennessee fans start throwing debris from miniature bottles to golf balls to mustard bottles. The cops have to come out. They have to stop, delay it for 20 minutes. They talked about canceling the game. They came back. They played the game out. But, I mean, have you guys watched film of Ole Miss Tennessee?
Oh, wow. That was an event. Yeah, we have. But I'm sure that part isn't included in it. I think it's definitely cut out.
Yeah. You missed a good part there.
It's pretty entertaining.
You don't get the broadcast view. You get the chop up. I've always wondered when you guys are watching film and there is a big play, are you guys quiet? Is it like a classroom, a library in there, or is there loud reaction when you guys make a big play or get a big block or make a great catch?
It's pretty quiet most of the time, but let's say somebody makes a great block. I know like Cam Latu this last game had a great block, and you kind of heard everybody's reaction. So sometimes you hear people's reactions, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet.
John Metchie with us on the Pepsi hotline. He joins us each week courtesy of the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks, reliable machines and local experts to help you find exactly what you need. Forget the big box stores. Call for a personalized quote or visit craneworks.com to see their full inventory. You often talk about looking ahead to a future opponent. You've got a bye week after this game, and it is a physical grind in the Southeastern Conference. How much of a challenge is it to not look ahead to the bye week and realize, man, if we can just get past this game, we get some time off the hill up a little bit?
It's easy. It's easy to not look towards next week, because that's what we do every week. It's 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. So really, we just kind of completely focused on now. And then when next week does come and the bye week does come, then take advantage of that.
We found out earlier in the show a wild bear eats 20,000 calories a day. I know you're not on a calorie count. Are there any guys in that building that are on a daily calorie count? And what is the best thing you eat at the facility?
Honestly, I have no clue, like the calorie count. Like, I don't even know how much, how many calories I would eat in a day.
My gosh. What a lot.
Do you eat a lot, though?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I eat a lot, but I eat. I'm not really. I'm sure the linemen and stuff eat way more than me and eat a whole load of calories. But I have no clue on like the calorie count and stuff like that. What
is the best thing? LT asked you the best thing in the football facility that they cook up there. What's your go-to? You eat maybe more than once a week.
I think my favorite would probably either be like when we got the breakfast sandwiches or the salad bar, like the make your salad bar, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The salad station. But those two are my go-to.
The breakfast sandwich sounds great. The salad bar, man, you can wait on that salad bar until you're 50 like me, man. You'll get tired of eating salads later on. Eat that breakfast sandwich.
Hey, so John,
I'm more of a healthy eater.
Yeah.
My kids are trying to get me to watch Squid Games. I haven't done it yet. When we talked to you a couple of weeks ago, you said you've seen Cobra Kai. Have you watched Squid Games yet on Netflix?
Yeah, I finished it.
And you got a review. What are your thoughts?
It was good. It was good, but I guess not to spoil anything, but at the end, when LeBron had tweeted the dude should have gotten on the plane, I agreed with him at the end. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, LeBron didn't like the ending. I was going to ask you. So you agree with LeBron? You didn't like the ending?
Yeah, man, he should have got on that plane.
Yeah,
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah, I got to watch it just to know what he's talking about now.
Yeah. And by the way, we noticed, if I saw correctly, your touchdown in Starkville, you did the Karate Kid kick again. So nothing original. Do you have anything for this week?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll probably have something for this week.
Can you tease us? Can you tell us the movie it came from or the show it came from?
Nah.
Okay.
It's more of a game time thing.
Oh, it's a game time thing.
wow.
All right. We'll see if Metch gets in the end zone there. We'll see. I hope that's the case. All right, John, enjoy the game against Tennessee, and we'll talk with you next week. We appreciate it.
Most definitely. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. John Metchie joins us each week, courtesy of the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks. The source for all your equipment needs, big or small. They have big equipment like skid steers and excavators, all the way down to the smaller equipment like pressure washers, brush mowers, or trailers. They've got it all. And don't forget, they've got equipment operators, too, to make it easy for you. CraneWorks.com for more information. CraneWorks.com. We appreciate RentalWorks and CraneWorks bringing you Bo Nix every Monday. John Metchie every Thursday. They both appear on the Pepsi Hotline.
Oh, absolutely. And looking forward to that rivalry game. I'll be over in the stadium for that. Happening this weekend. I told you Bob Bowlesby, who is the Big 12 commissioner, was at Big 12 basketball media days yesterday and got questions about Oklahoma and Texas leaving and said really he's still been given no answers on why Oklahoma and Texas wanted to leave. And he took a shot at Vanderbilt along the way. He said every league has their structure, and it's a lot like ours. There are 3 or 4 bell cows, and then here comes Vandy. Is what he said.
Wow.
Here comes Vandy, comparing to what, Kansas.
Yeah.
What Kansas is.
Yeah.
In that league. I think Bob doesn't pay attention. Do you think there's more than 3 or 4 bell cows in the SEC? I think there is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's now with Oklahoma and Texas, I think there's probably 8.
Yeah, well, now there is. Before Oklahoma, Texas, I mean, define a bell cow in this. I don't know what a bell cow is, but in this, what's Bowlesby talking about, do you think? Give me his definition, what he would say a bell cow is.
Well, I think his definition is that there are 3 or 4 elite teams in every conference.
And that's not true. There was only 2 in the Big 12.
Yeah. That's right.
And they're leaving. They're in the SEC now.
Yeah. And in the SEC, you have Alabama.
Yep.
You have Georgia. I know Florida is underachieved.
They have been elite.
LSU is underachieved, but
They
those
have
are
been
elite
elite.
programs.
Yeah. You got to throw Texas A&M in there.
Yeah. I think Auburn is borderline, right? I mean, Auburn is up and down. I mean, but right now, if Auburn was in the Big 12, they would be the alpha with Oklahoma and Texas gone.
Yeah, so would A&M, and I don't put A&M in the elite category. I think it stops before you get A&M. But I do think Alabama, Georgia, Florida, LSU definitely can argue to be there. Now Texas and Oklahoma.
And in the Big Ten, it's Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State.
Penn State's in that discussion. And historically, though, they're not anymore. Nebraska has been at one point, but they are far.
So
far
I think
that.
Bowlesby is out of touch. And Jay Billis clapped back. He said, they haven't given you answers. I can tell you the answer. It's money.
Yes. Vanderbilt's cashing a $60 million check.
Yeah, don't act like you don't know why Oklahoma and Texas. So what Billis says, don't act like you don't know why Oklahoma and Texas are leaving your conference to go to the SEC.
Yeah.
It is money.
Yeah, Vanderbilt literally is the reason. Because Texas and Oklahoma can look at Vanderbilt and say they're taking more to the bank every year than we are from their conference. And what kind of sense does that make that Vanderbilt, who contributes virtually nothing in football, is taking more money to the bank every single year from their TV deal than we are as Texas and Oklahoma? I want to get what they got. I mean, that's what Texas and Oklahoma said.
Quick exercise. If Oklahoma and Texas were out of the Big 12, how many teams in the SEC this year could win the Big 12? I've got 8.
Alabama, Auburn.
Well, I mean, just
Georgia.
the rankings. Obviously, Georgia may win it all anyway. Alabama's number 4 in the country.
A&M
I would say
could.
yes. Ole Miss, I think they could.
Yep.
Kentucky could.
Yep. Arkansas could.
Texas A&M could.
The way
Auburn
Arkansas
could.
beat Texas, it's hard not to say Arkansas.
I mean, if Arkansas played Oklahoma State today, neutral site.
Yeah.
I'd lean Arkansas.
Yeah. I mean, without Texas and Oklahoma, it's you could probably go about 6 or 7 deep, couldn't you?
I got 7 right there.
Yeah. I got 8.
After Arkansas, who'd
I
you
put
go?
Florida on there.
Put Florida? Florida at 8.
I got no
Florida
problem
8.
with that argument. Yeah.
So that's what the Big 12 is now.
So Bowlesby's got a problem.
Yeah.
Well, he does. I mean, yeah.
He's got an attitude problem is what it seems like.
Well, he's got to be PO'd. I mean, way back earlier in the show when we were talking about UAB, a UAB fan got upset with me for saying that, these others, the left behind schools are going to cash smaller checks. He's like, no, their money's protected. Well, it is for now. But when the next American TV deal comes around, it'll be on Mike Oresco to try to get actually get more money than he was getting because he's got to split it among 14 schools now, right? And he said, well, that's going to happen to the Big 12. You bet it's going to happen to the Big 12. The Big 12 just lost Texas and Oklahoma and replaced them with Houston, Central Florida, and Cincinnati. Their TV deal is going to drop drastically.
We talked earlier this week about Brett Bielema's you-know-what's being in a vice after his comments about his roster. He has now tried to clean things up. We'll tell you what that is. And our Nut Dust moment coming up after this is brought to you by the great folks at Nut Dust.
Yes, Nut Dust is redefining the use and feel of body powder. It's talc-free. It's an all-natural body powder. It's great for all over the body, feet, below the belt, available in 4 great scents: Naked, Voyager, Laddie, and Wildling. All day, every day, Nut Dust has got you covered. For more information and to order not only the great product that is Nut Dust, but also the merchandise, including those T-shirts, go to officialnutdust.com. Put in promo code FALL, as in the season, FALL. Get a great discount today. Officialnutdust.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I want my lawn to look better than anybody else's on my street. Ryan Brown here for the next round. Here's one problem. I play a lot of golf, but I'm not a greenskeeper. It's why I depend on my friends at Wayne's. And now is the time to make sure your lawn is properly prepared to grow healthy and lush when spring rolls around. Let the lawn professionals at Wayne's set you up for success as your lawn enters dormancy for the winter season. I depend on them for my lawn. You should too. Get Wayne's treating your lawn now so it looks great in the spring. 866-WAYNES-1. That's 866-WAYNES-1.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive. 4 great locations right here in Birmingham. The next time you need one or a set of new tires, do yourself a favor. Stop by, see the guys at Vulcan Tire and Auto. Locally owned and operated with a wide selection of the top tire brands available. The guys there can get you set and get you safely back out on the road. Again, 4 locations in Birmingham: Hoover, Moody, Trustful, and Gardendale. For more information, you can always visit them online. Check them out today, VulcanTireandAuto.com. Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about our friends at Farmfolio. If you're concerned about market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio can help you diversify your portfolio into cash-flowing farmland property. We all know about rental real estate. Cash flow and appreciation are the name of the game. With Farmfolio's productive farmland lots, your trees act as the tenants, and they pay you in fruit, which is sold by Farmfolio's international sales team to the likes of Walmart and Costco, ultimately generating cash flow for you. As your cash flow increases, your property value also increases. Just like tenant-occupied real estate, the best part is you don't have to be a farmer. You own, they farm, and you earn. This is the way it works at Farmfolio. For more information, you can go online, check everything out today. Go to farmfolio.net. That's farmfolio.net. Check it out today. If you're concerned about that market volatility or inflation, Farmfolio is your best friend. Go online today, farmfolio.net.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters. It's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
All right, guys, I don't know about you, but there is one game I don't ever want to be out of. And that's why I'm glad we have the Alabama Men's Clinic right here in Birmingham. They have treated thousands of Alabama men for ED. There are many different causes like a heart condition, diabetes, a reaction to medication, or simply low testosterone. The Alabama Men's Clinic staff will find the problem, and some of you will be back in the game the day after your first appointment. You can set up that appointment by calling 205-598-7000 or go to the website, alabamamensclinic.com. I know what you're thinking. A lot of guys actually just take a pill, but sometimes that pill doesn't work, or it can give you unwanted side effects. Let the pros come up with your game plan. There's no need to wait. Depression, anxiety, a new connection with that special person in your life. It could be all just one important play away. Call 205-598-7000 or get back in the action at alabamamensclinic.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Anheuser-Busch wants every experience for you around beer to be a good one. And getting home safely is always a priority. So encourage friends to decide to ride, whether it's by being the designated driver, calling an Uber, or taking public transit. You cannot drive drunk if you don't drive there. This message is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and the Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brett Bielema's Hot Water in a second. Redmont Distilling, Redmont Vodka, Vulcan Gin. As you get ready for your football night tonight in America, a great way to enjoy a cocktail with our friends at Redmont.
Yeah, a lot of people like kicking off that Saturday morning early, 9 a.m. Bloody Mary, maybe a screwdriver. Use Redmont Vodka. It's locally owned and operated. Their aim, clarity and taste, color and smell. It's vodka perfection. Redmont Vodka is made from corn, which not only makes it gluten-free, also provides a smooth finish that doesn't have that harsh aftertaste. 8 times distilled, available at your local package store. Stop by our friends at Pink Package. Pick up a bottle today. ABC stores as well. The fastest growing distillery in Alabama is Redmont. Pick up a bottle today.
Right there, Pink Package right there on Highway 280. It's a landmark for you. Brett Bielema.
He's a landmark.
Let's play Brett Bielema from earlier this week. This is Monday. And then I'll read to you how he's trying to say he's completely taken out of context.
I just know this, as a head coach, you're only as good as your roster, right? I kind of learned that the first time I went to the Kentucky Derby, right? Nobody was betting on the jockeys. Everybody was betting on the horses, right? So to win a Derby, you got to have the right horse. And I think our players are going to be a reflection of what our program stands for. And you know, I stood at the front of the room last year when I took over and said everybody is invited back because of COVID. They gave me the opportunity to do that. But as this roster continues to transition, I've got to make tough decisions. Players have to make decisions. You know, the roster is going to have to change to get to where we want to be to win a championship. So just certain positions haven't maybe played out the way they envisioned them to. In particular, the offensive line, I don't believe we have a player in the two deep that they've recruited here over the last 3 years that is really significantly doing anything for us.
Now, Brett Bielema says to Adam Rittenberg of ESPN that his comments there were completely taken out of context. Says he wasn't talking about current Illini roster players. Bielema showed the entire transcript of his comments to the team on Tuesday. Now, what does that tell you?
That the team was PO'd.
The team was upset with him so much so that he had to go in and read to them the transcript of his entire news conference. I don't know what he was talking about if he's not talking about current players.
Yeah, they took me out of context is the oldest line in the book. It's when you say something you regret saying, you got taken out of context. I don't know how you take that out of context.
Well, I'd love to see the question that was asked before. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? Whatever the question was asked, the follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about this roster?
Even without the questions, I don't know how that's taken out of context. You're only as good as your roster, Kentucky Derby.
And by the way, we're paying you a lot of money. There are other rosters around there. You know, Wisconsin is one that recruits 3 stars. Iowa State, 3 stars. Kansas State, Oregon State, Washington State. All these teams are better than Illinois. Quit making excuses. We're paying you millions of dollars. I mean, look, you develop players, right?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to
I mean,
do.
this guy's an underdog himself. You've seen his wife.
He says
How does he deserve that?
He says he was referring to recruiting and the lack of numbers that the previous staff got along the offensive line.
There's not a guy on our 2 deep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he said.
Yeah. So he's talking about the players who were there.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our 3 and Out today, brought to you by Vulcan Tires. Rockstar gives us some non-sports stuff today, and Vulcan Tires can get your car or truck ready for this changing weather. And boy, you needed perfect tires today in the rain.
Yeah, you do. You need to get everything winterized as well. That cold weather is right around the corner. Take your vehicle to Vulcan Tire and Automotive to get a look at the brake pads, wheel alignment, tires, and more. 4 great locations. And you can also go online, vulcantireandauto.com.
First down.
What is something that is unnecessarily expensive?
You know, when I saw this, Lance, I was going to say cell phone. Those things are crazy expensive. Cell phones are. Like, I mean, I think if you get a...
I think it's $500, isn't it? Or is it more?
No. You
More
get
than
the
that?
newest, I think the 13 is the newest iPhone.
Yeah,
and I
how-
think it's probably $1,200-$1,500.
How does that cost twice as much as a 60-inch TV?
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then as I say that, I ask myself the question, how often do I use my cell phone? And it is constant all the time.
You got to have it. I would say this is weird, and I mentioned this years ago when we were doing a show on radio together. After I got a divorce, I had to start doing the grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blown away how much paper towels are.
And toilet paper.
Yeah, but paper towels really, I mean, like a roll of paper towels like $3 or $4.
But
which, I mean, that's a lot for paper, right?
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
just going to wipe stuff up with.
Razors, says Thomas.
I never buy razors because I use an electric.
The Fusions are crazy. Now,
Those are cheaper than the replacement blades. The replacement blades are where they get you.
They lock it up. That's how expensive they are. So I'll go because I can use one blade for probably 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I can get a good 10 to 15 shaves out of it. But when you go back to get them, I think it's like $7 or $8 a blade.
I'm in a shave club, Harry's Shave Club, so I'm paying I think $7.99 a month. So it's like a streaming service. I'm streaming razors
One
at my
day
house.
you've got to bring your credit card statement because I want to see how many different services you've got.
I am $7.99, $9.99. I've got a music app, a workout app that I pay $39.95 a year.
The old workout app
that does mashups.
Been accessed?
You get paper cut left and right, don't you? You just diced up.
Meatbag says based on where most of it comes from, bottled water is crazy expensive.
Bottled water, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just so convenient.
And I spend a ton of money. I mean, I go out and I get the Aquafina all the time.
That's right, man. I enjoy
Second-
it.
Second down.
What seems to taste better at 2 a.m.?
Crystals. They do. I mean, I don't know the last time I went. Well, I do. I'll take that back. It was about 3 years ago. My little man had never had crystal, so I only got him a bag full of crystals and let him try those. But to me, a crystal's a crystal, but a crystal at 2 a.m. is really good.
It's a crystal.
It is a crystal.
Since the Thursday before the Auburn-Georgia game,
right,
and Alabama, Texas, and I've done Waffle House 4 times now. 4 times, and including one night when I left Brown after the Auburn-Georgia games. So I did that Thursday night, went to Auburn, Georgia, caught the rest of the Alabama game at his house. We taped the thing. I went to Waffle House, middle of last week, Waffle House in Starkville, 2 o'clock in the morning, Waffle House cannot be beat.
Were you solo every time?
Was solo one time.
Oh, okay.
One time.
How do you get your
by the
hash
way,
browns?
it is scary in Waffle House by
Oh, heck
yourself.
yeah.
I've seen some
Crazy things.
Yeah.
How do you get your hash?
I am hash browns are scattered, covered, smothered, and crunchy. I like to overcook them.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, really, the Waffle House hash browns, it really is about the edges, right? The crunchy edges. I don't
See,
like the mushy
crunchy.
potato
Yeah.
in the middle.
See, I get them capped, covered, chunked, and country. All the C's, capped, covered, chunked, and country. So good.
I like the crunchy, too.
I could eat a plate full of them right now.
And then I get the waffle Rockstar. Also make that, call it dark, make that almost burnt.
You get yourself some limp bacon?
Nope. I like my bacon crunchy, and I want my toast dark as well. I mean,
you Jim Nance?
Just go burn everything.
I agree with Dunaway on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I want a little crunch.
Third down.
What is something you should never do after the age of 30?
Wear your hat backwards.
Or wear a rope hat, probably.
Yeah. See how
But I got
ridiculous
one
you
on.
look?
I love it. I'm falling in love with this hat every
It's
second I
yours
wear
now.
I would say getting thrown out of a bar.
29, that's okay.
Yeah, 30, never get thrown out of a
Shut
bar.
her down.
Don't ask.
I've been around somebody
Don't
post
ask.
30 has been thrown out of a
Yeah,
bar.
how old were you that night? SEC championship
I'm
game
not.
was that?
Look, I'm not proud of.
I was aggressively
I'm
told
not
to
proud
leave.
of some of my moments. I'm just saying you shouldn't.
December of 2010 is when that was.
Technically, Lance was not thrown out of that bar only because Dunaway and I told the massive human being standing in front of us, he's our boy, we got him.
Yeah. No, the guy had LT by the belt.
Yeah.
He was on his way to throwing him out.
Yes. Very large human being, Lance.
Yeah.
Bet at that point I didn't care.
You did not. In fact, the bar across the street had lights up emptying it out and a massive humanity coming down the stairs, and you were the salmon swimming upstream.
I was about to say that too, Sam.
I'll talk to him.
No. He was like, just one more drink. Let's go. Like,
Fourth down.
If you started a cult, what would your belief system be structured around?
Well, it would have to be a religious cult, and I think it would be predicting the future. And what you've got to do, you got to set this up. You got to
generally goes bad.
Some really insecure, low-esteem people that are going to believe in what you're selling. And what you've got to sell is you've got somebody coming back. You know,
I think Jesus, I think Christianity has this.
Well,
right?
No, I get this, but you've got to sell it different. We're doing a different cult.
Okay, yeah.
So mine, you've got to lay down a date that you're going to be dead and gone by.
That's right.
So let's just say we're going to go 2171.
Right.
Jamarcus is coming back for everybody.
Jamarcus. Yeah. I've heard about Jamarcus.
Jamarcus is my
interceptions
guy.
all around.
But be really vague in your predictions. Look, there is going to be a massive hurricane that is going to hit somewhere off the Indian Ocean in the next 3 or 4 years.
That'll be our sign.
Somewhere in the Pacific.
Yep.
There's going to be an earthquake that's going to hit either South America or California.
Yeah. Some Atlanta sports team is going to blow a lead.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's wild, Dunaway. It's
and
close to a
just
state
have these vague predictions that you know probably will come to fruition within the next couple of years.
Be real general.
But Jamarcus is coming to see us in 2171. You know, I need you. 15% of that income's got to come to me.
Is Jamarcus bringing a Georgia football national championship
he might.
with
it doesn't
him?
matter. I'm gonna be dead and gone at
That's
2171.
right. I can promise anything I want at that
Fill my
point.
pockets.
I really thought you were going to answer this when I saw this morning. It was going to somehow tie to Lance's lock. That it was you wanted people to.
That's predicting the future
to get the wins, right? Yeah.
Mine would be
you
based
get a subscription.
Yeah, I would.
3-day work week, 5-hour work day. That's what my cult will be all about.
I'm in your cult.
Yeah. 3-day work week. We're going to have 4-day weekend, and we're only working 5 hours a day. You can get it all done in 5 hours.
But I have to live in your compound or whatever?
Yeah, to do that you do. Yeah.
How are we making our money?
Working 5 hours a day. And then you pay the 20% to me, and you live in the compound.
Do you have a bar? Do you have good restaurants?
Absolutely.
Is the bar only open 5 hours a day?
Only the best.
You have Sunday
Is the
ticket?
bar only open 5 hours a day?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's open full time, but the bartender only has to work 5 hours a day. We got multiple bartenders.
The restaurants are open 5 hours a day?
He'll never turn one shovel in the dirt on this right here.
20%.
You're exactly describing what that guy told us yesterday.
No, that guy had all that crazy
whatever.
environmental crap. I don't care about that. You can go do whatever you want.
What was it called?
Tulopus
or
whatever it was called.
Tulopus?
Isn't that what it was?
Yeah,
Tulopus?
like
it was like Tolosa or something like that.
Yeah, Tolosa. It was Tolosa. Do you guys have a cult that?
That was my cult.
I got yours. I'm talking about Rocky.
Rocky, do you have one? I really don't.
I just ask the questions, man. Sometimes I have answers.
You look like Arlie Ermy wearing that hat. That looks like an Army hat.
Aren't most of them
a jelly donut?
well, two things. You're never up past 2 o'clock, but what do you think tastes better? And then what is something people shouldn't do after 30?
So I don't think they should have a beer pyramid after the year 30, or a shot glass collection on display at 30. Posters that are not framed, that are just pushed in by push pins in their bedroom.
Okay.
Caution tape in your bedroom door.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Caution tape.
You got a lot of rules after 30.
A road sign in your bedroom.
Hey, in my cult, you can do whatever you want, man. As long as you're paying me the 20% and only working 5 hours a day, 3 days a week.
Aren't most cults, don't they have some kind of sexual
connotation?
Yeah, don't they?
Yes, you
can.
It seems like everyone.
It's free love, but it's more so if I'm the leader of the cult, I can have sex with anyone I
think
want.
it does generally
that's what it always
benefit.
starts with.
It generally benefits the leader. Yeah,
that's usually how it starts. Is like, I'm the guy.
Yeah, the dude from Wild Wild Country. I mean, he had sex with basically everybody. David Koresh was the same way in Waco.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's as old a story as time. You go back and look at all the old kings, like even in the biblical times, they had the concubines and all that.
Right.
I think Dunaways would be the children of the feet.
Yeah, but I think
everybody walks around barefoot.
Legitimately, you have to be insane to be the head of a cult.
Very much so. Yes.
To be the head or to join one?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's all
but
encompassing.
I think you've got the ability to maybe escape a cult. But if you're the head of the cult, you're completely certifiably insane and you're never coming back.
That is our 3 and Out today, brought to you by our friends at Vulcan Tires.
Locally owned and operated. Make sure you go see the guys. They do fantastic work. Anything you need from the brake pads, wheel alignment, tires, and more. Get that car winterized. They can do a bumper-to-bumper for you and your family. 4 locations and online, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
All right, Nick Saban talking about a former Tennessee player, Henry To'oTo'o, and what he's bringing to the team ahead of facing his old teammates this weekend. And I'll give these guys a chance if they could change one pick from back in the summer, a second chance pick. What would they change? That's still to come. Don't forget our hoodies are now live and on sale. For some of you, you get shut out. A good example, maybe Next Round Live.store, right? Is that correct, Forrester? Next Round Live.store?
Nextround.store.
Nextround.store. Nextround.store. I'll give you a direct link if you're having problems making it straight through our website. Nextround.store for the hoodie, if you'd like to buy that in time for the holidays.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Banking is not just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. Ryan Brown here for the Next Round. AmFirst was founded for members like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means service that grows and changes with the times to serve you better. Now every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the number one priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. America's first federal credit union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Wayne's. Look, fall is here. You want to enjoy that outdoor weather. Imagine sitting out there on the Saturday, manning the grill. You're watching football. You don't want to deal with the mosquitoes. Don't let the mosquitoes ruin your perfect day. The professionals at Wayne's can protect you, your family, and your pets. Call today, 1-866-WAYNES1. You can always go online. Call Waynes.com. Fall weather is here. Enjoy it with the family, mosquito-free. You can do it with our friends at Wayne's.
It is the American dream to buy your own home. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. Mortgage Right wants to make that dream a reality with branches across the country. Mortgage Right has all the resources of a nationwide organization while maintaining the charm of a local lender. Mortgage Right makes home buying simple. If you are looking for a quick and caring mortgage experience, Mortgage Right is your go-to lender. Get started by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. Mortgage Right, NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Cool weather is approaching, and now is the time to get your heating system checked out. Excalibur Services excels in all residential heating, cooling, or electrical problems or upgrades you may have in your home. Owned by a Marine veteran, Excalibur uses highly trained HVAC and electrical service experts to ensure the job is done correctly and in a timely manner. If you're looking for a company you can trust to do it right, call Excalibur today at 205-718-8688 or at excaliburservice.com. Excalibur Services, Alabama license number 15214.
Suffering from an old sports injury or tweak a joint being a weekend warrior? Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics may be able to reduce or eliminate your knee, hip, or shoulder pain, increase your mobility, and get you back in the game. From pediatrics to geriatrics, appointments are available at 9 convenient locations affiliated with Brookwood Baptist Health. Call Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics at 855-219-6200 or visit precisionsportsortho.com.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and Bourbon, our weekly college football conversation, while sipping on some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And in our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, LT takes off the gloves for in-depth conversations with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmont Vodka. Find these podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com.
Stay up to date with the Next Round at nextroundlive.com. The latest videos from the show, plus podcasts like the Mystery Fifth Hour, Bama and Bourbon, Last Call, and others from the Double Down Media podcast family. You can start your day with the latest college football stories, plus easy-to-listen to hour-by-hour downloads of the live show. NextRoundLive.com, a great way to stream the show live or shop in the Next Round store. Make NextRoundLive.com your homepage. That's NextRoundLive.com.
Back with you on the Next Round as you watch us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget, when the show is done every day at 1 o'clock Central, you can go and download podcasts at Spotify, iTunes, and Odyssey, and enable your Alexa to play the Next Round 24 hours a day. We're brought to you by our friends at Bud Light from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino studio, and in part today by our friends at Alabama Power.
You know, Jim, Alabama Power is more than just power. For more than a century, Alabama Power and their employees have served our state. Alabama Power works closely with the Salvation Army to support Project Share, which helps those in need with their utility bills. You can learn more at alabamapower.com/community. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama.
I asked you guys if you could do a different pick, a redo, a mulligan from a projection you made back in August. What would you do? Because we're in the second half of the season now. One thing you would take back, Brownie, that you sort of screwed up on back in August.
Well, I remember saying, Alabama and Texas A&M will be the biggest SEC game of the season. And how do you think that's going to turn out? The way it normally does is Nick Saban's going to run one of his assistants out of a building.
Ended up being a pretty big game, though.
Yeah, it did. It's not the SEC's biggest game of the season, primarily because A&M tanked a couple before that. And I don't know if you noticed, but Nick Saban did not end up running one of his assistants out of the building. Alabama lost that game. And ultimately, I don't think it's going to affect anything as far as most people's projections of how the season turns out, but I certainly missed on that one.
What about you? If you had one to redo, what would you redo?
I don't know if you guys realize this. Clemson is not going to win the national championship.
And that was your pick.
It was my pick. I thought the defense would be improved, which it is.
I think you had DJ winning the Heisman, did you not?
Yeah. I just can't believe how bad he's played, how bad that offensive line is. I mean, the offense is night and day from what we've seen the last 6-7 years from Clemson. So I'm blown away where Clemson is right now. There's a good chance they lose another game. That would be 3 losses in the regular season this year. So I would have to look, there's a ton I got wrong.
Right.
Wisconsin, Washington, Clemson.
I mean, really, LSU. We all got LSU wrong.
For me, it was Oklahoma was my team to win the national championship, still in the mix there, but Spencer Rattler was my Heisman pick, and he's not even the starting quarterback anymore, which brings up a great question. Have we ever had a time in the history of college football that a preseason Heisman favorite loses the job to a guy who ends up being a Heisman finalist or maybe wins it in Caleb Williams? I mean, that's what we have working in Norman, where you had the guy that was picked to win the Heisman, Spencer Rattler, has lost his job to Caleb Williams, who may end up being the Heisman winner.
Well, I think and that's a good point, but I think even more crazy is the fact if I would have told you guys, because we all liked Oklahoma to be in the college football playoff, but if I would have said, look, Spencer Rattler either gets hurt or loses his job to performance, there's no chance that Oklahoma had a chance to go on and play for a college football playoff championship. Now they've got an opportunity to still win a national championship without Spencer Rattler. What were the chances of that?
Well, it's very low. I'm really uncomfortable by this Caleb Williams Heisman talk. I mean, the guy's played a game and a half.
Again, it's just, what do you got in front of him?
I mean, yeah, well, what, you mean as far as their schedule goes?
No, I'm talking about other Heisman candidates.
I think Bryce Young.
Bryce and Matt Corral, and that's it.
Yeah. But, but my point is not just what he's done yet. He's only done this in a game and a half. And
7 quarters.
Huh?
7 quarters.
Yeah.
Not even a whole 2 games yet.
Yeah.
7 quarters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, a game and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he's played as a starting quarterback. And He's going to have a bad game somewhere. I mean, he's going to get tripped up and have his bad game. Every single quarterback does it. There's not a quarterback that will go through the season without having a bad game.
Did Mac Jones have a bad game last year?
His worst game was Arkansas. Go look at his numbers against Arkansas.
I don't remember him having a bad game.
I don't either.
Well, I'll give you his numbers against Arkansas. And now, look, was it a bad game? No, because Alabama won everything, and they won everything going away. But in terms of his numbers, I'll give you his Arkansas numbers. 24 of 29, but he was 208, no touchdowns, no picks. I mean, for Mac Jones, he threw very few incomplete passes. That wasn't a great game. 208 yards, no touchdowns.
What if Jason says this at Next Round Live on Twitter, part of our Farmfolio chat rooms, if Caleb Williams had been hurt before the first game and was just now coming in and not being QB2 but was hurt and now just coming in, would you have disqualified him for that reason, Brown?
There's no difference.
I mean, there's no difference. I'm not necessarily saying I'm disqualifying him. I'm just
sounds
saying,
like it.
No, I'm saying we're talking about this guy after a start and a half.
I've got Mrs.
winning
Williams.
the Heisman.
I got Mrs. Williams on line too. She's upset you're talking about her
Brown,
boy that
you've
way.
got to give me this, okay? He's playing for arguably the best offensive coach in college football.
Yes.
And what we saw in the second half in Texas when that team was dead and buried,
right,
to what we saw
It's
for
been
4
very
quarters against
impressive,
TCU,
yeah.
I mean, it's a night and day offense right now. And it's an offense that can give, to me, even Georgia's defense some problems. Do I think Oklahoma would beat Georgia right now? No. But they've got a chance with Caleb Williams.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they would, but
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has been a difference maker.
Oh, and he's going to put up huge numbers this week because they're at Kansas. And this talk will only heat up. But somewhere along the way, whether it's at Baylor, at home against Iowa State, against that Oklahoma State defense, those last 3 games, he's going to have an off night. And those defenses traditionally are good enough to cause you some trouble.
Well, what is he going to cost us in DraftKings, Dunaway? Caleb Williams against Kansas. 11 grand?
All the money.
It'd be 10,000. 10,000.
Is 10 the max?
Yeah, no, I've seen it 10,800 before.
Will he be the highest, do you think?
Oh, yeah.
I think he will
I
be.
think, is Bryce Young normally a pretty high price?
Yeah.
Because against Tennessee, I mean, you got to think he's going to put up some numbers.
Richard writes in, just saw the female version of Dunaway and Hoover, personalized Alabama tag that read 30A, in 30A.
I thought they meant her look. She looked like a female you.
I could be a cute girl. Back in the day, I mean, I've lost it a little bit now, but back in the day,
A
I
little
looked,
bit, not all of it.
Yeah, he's lost
Hey,
a
there's
little.
also a hoodie description that says slim fit, but how slim are we talking? Dunaway, what size are you wearing?
I'm wearing an XL, and I did comment in the commercial break, these are slim fits.
Yeah, but how many layers do you have? You've changed 4 times today.
I've had a very Beyonce-like show today.
You have.
Yep.
But how many shirts do you really have on?
I have a T-shirt on underneath this. I would wear a T-shirt under my hoodie anyway.
Yeah.
Would you?
So this is a
I would not.
normal day for me,
No.
and this is an XL, and
So-
it's pretty tight on me. But I'm thick around the middle.
Yeah.
I'm thick around the middle.
I am,
Oh, yes. He's got
which
the
is why I
spread.
like
Would-
hoodies
Would
because I
that
can
be on your dating app? I'm thick around the middle.
I'm thick around the middle. Yes,
Yeah.
swipe right. But look, I mean that's why I like hoodies because I can put my hands
Yeah.
in my pockets and it hides my thickness in the middle here.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, doesn't look weird at all. Somebody said in the Farmfolio chat room earlier that it's the thing I have most in common with Justin Turner of the Dodgers. We do not like undershirts.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a chain, though.
But
I
this
do not
is
have a chain or a mullet.
You could run to first base
I
at the
can run
same
to first
speed.
base, maybe. I'm not sure.
This is XL though, so if you are buying and you're thick in the middle, you may want to go double X.
Double X, we
Yep.
got those.
Yep. So I don't know if it'll shrink or not, but look, I've got like scarecrow arms, and it's pretty tight on my arms too. So if you got some muscle, it may be too tight.
So could you chop wood in that?
Well, first of all, I can't chop wood anyway. But I wouldn't chop wood in this. No, if I could chop wood, I'd probably do it shirtless because I'd be
eat
ripped
an apple
up
in that?
I'd be ripped
The
up.
future, yeah. I would like. I would not like to see you.
I mean, the
chop wood shirtless.
functionality.
You know,
in that.
You know how I rank man's bodies. It is the swimmer body is
Right.
number 1.
That is number 1.
Soccer body is number 2. Axe chopping body is number
Yeah.
3.
Jim likes a good axe.
Where's thick around the waist body?
Way down the list. Unfortunately, that's where my wife is stuck with the thick in the middle body.
Yeah.
All right, our
Well,
final.
yours, not hers.
That's exactly right, Brown. Thanks for saving me.
Not a problem.
You keep me off the couch every day, don't you?
Yeah.
Our show is brought to you in part by our great friends at Mortgage Right. When you're looking for that perfect mortgage anywhere in the U.S., our friends at Mortgage Right can get you to that new home.
Yes, Dunaway, it's the American dream to buy your own home. Mortgage Right wants to make that dream a reality. With branches across the country, Mortgage Right has all the resources of a nationwide organization while maintaining the charm of a local lender. Mortgage Right makes home buying simple. If you're looking for a quick and caring mortgage experience, Mortgage Right is your go-to lender. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR today to get started. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender.
Things that were going on in 1999. It's our final segment. Why? Because the Braves can win a pennant for the first time since
1999.
Thank you.
1999. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
You got a chance.
We'll talk about 1999 next.
Follow the Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Fall weather is the best time to be on the golf course, and Jerry Pate's design at Timberline will not disappoint. The course is in fantastic condition, and if you don't have time for a round of golf, come use Timberline's TrackMan driving range. You can practice, play games, and play virtual golf all on the practice tee. Come enjoy your day on one of Alabama's top 10 courses you can play. It's Timberline Golf Club. Timberline is easy to get to just off I-65 at exit 228. Book tee times online at timberlinegc.com. Tee it up at Timberline.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
There are few things in life more important than getting a good night's sleep. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. I learned that after going to Sleep Outfitters and getting my sleep outfitting. What is an outfitting, you might ask? Well, I simply went to the Sleep Outfitters off Highway 280, sat down and answered just a few short questions, and in moments, they had me laying on a mattress in the store so I could pick it out myself. The delivery was so easy. They set it up right there in my home, and I have an amazing night's sleep every night, and my life is better because of it. You can get that same night's sleep by finding a location at sleepoutfitters.com. And right now, you could win a $1,000 MasterCard gift card from Sleep Outfitters. This is a special sweepstakes, and it is just for our listeners. So go to sleepoutfitters.com/Ryan to enter. That's sleepoutfitters.com/Ryan. This is exclusive to the Next Round audience, so go try to win. Discover more about Sleep Outfitters and how they can help you complete your personal sleep profile, and you can start sleeping better too, and you can sleep with a $1,000 MasterCard gift card in your pocket now. sleepoutfitters.com/Ryan.
When it came to furnishing the new facilities here at the Next Round, there was only one call we made, and that was to Richie Hamer at Business Interiors right here in Birmingham. Richie and Business Interiors have a true passion for interiors and the talent to bring the client's vision to life. Through their vast selection of great designer furniture, Richie and BI will stop at nothing to make the experience great for the client. Repeat clients trust Richie and Business Interiors because he does what he says, and the guys will deliver on their promises. Leave it to Richie and Business Interiors to incorporate creativity into every space in your corporate setting. To set up an appointment, call Richie today. 205-837-2497. That's 205-837-2497. Or just go visit Richie at the BI showroom today. They're located 2309 5th Avenue South in Birmingham. Again, the entire studios here at the Next Round furnished by our friends at Business Interiors. Go see them today, 5th Avenue South in Birmingham. One Man in the Toolbox has provided professional handyman services since 1997. Honesty and reliability are qualities that embody every one of their employees. From residential to commercial, One Man in the Toolbox has the background to help you with almost any project. 823-2111.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Getting the whole family into comfortable shoes can be an incredible feat, but not at New Balance Birmingham. We have the largest selection and inventory of any specialty shoe store, and our fit specialist will match your feet with the perfect New Balance shoe. Come see us at the New Balance Birmingham store, located on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. Experience the difference a custom fit makes today at New Balance Birmingham.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the #1 priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org. America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Final 6 minutes of the show here, brought to you by our friends at Wayne's. Wayne's, a local company, locally owned since 1973, but all over our SEC footprint. Whether you're watching us in Knoxville or Nashville, Auburn or Tuscaloosa today, you could be one of over 100,000 members, Wayne's family members, and all of us in the next round are exclusively in the Wayne's family. They provide us with pest control, mosquito prevention. They take care of our lawns, and they can offer you right now the EnviroPest system. Use the promo code TNR at checkout, and you have a chance to get $60 off your first EnviroPest treatment with our friends at Wayne's. We love them. I know it's right now winter and your grass is dormant, but there are things Wayne's can do to make that grass in its dormancy be ready to pop green and lush when springtime rolls around. Just call 866-WAYNES-1, 866-WAYNES-1. Boy, 1999 is a long time ago for you Braves fans. Last time they won a pennant, 1999. There was still a show called TRL.
Carson Daly.
Total Request Live, right?
Yeah, on MTV. Christina Aguilera in 1999 was introduced with a video on TRL. This cover that has been cropped out from Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I can't find the full body.
Why
image.
did you crop
Yeah.
it, Rockstar?
I didn't crop it. I can't find the full image.
Well, it was controversial because Britney Spears was on the cover of Rolling Stone in her underwear, and she was only 17.
Oh,
that was controversial.
She's got a Teletubby.
She did have a Teletubby.
And a telephone.
Yeah, and a hardline phone.
Yeah,
Boy, she has lived a life since then.
Yeah, that's 1999. That's how long ago it was. There were cords on phones back in the old days.
You think she was talking to Chipper?
DVD players were just starting to phase out VHS tapes in 1999, the last time the Braves won a pennant and went to the World Series.
I mean, you guys just think about it. I bought my first house in 99. I got married in 99. Boy, a lot has happened since.
What was the TV show that everyone talked about in 1999?
Do you know the answer?
Dawson's
I do.
Creek.
No, it was The Sopranos.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Debuted in 1999.
Is that your final answer?
What is it, Rockstar?
Is that your final answer? Oh my God!
That was one of the great moments in TV history.
Oh, it was. That guy, he called his shot, didn't he?
did.
I love it.
Here's
dad.
The Braves 1999 last pennant was in 99. PayPal in 1999 was introduced and called the worst business idea of the year. That people would never want to pay for things online and trade money online. We now have Venmo and everything else.
Yeah, that was some.
You can buy a horse on crypto now.
And of course, in 1999, Y2K. And I was trying to explain to my daughter why Y2K was a big deal. That I
bet you panicked.
Oh, he did. Have you not heard the story?
No, I never have.
We were newly married, right? So I was in Miami covering the Orange Bowl, and there's my beautiful bride back in Birmingham, and Y2K is about to happen. So I'm scared because I think everything is going to be horrible. And I'm like, if we're going down as a society, I want you with me. So she flew down 2 days before on the bowl trip to Miami.
You heard that there was a Mayan Dunaway that was in charge of that calendar, right?
Completely screwed it up.
Swing and a miss.
It's a different calendar.
You know, I know most of our audience is 18 to 44. So for those kids that don't know what Y2K is, back in the old days, we literally thought in 1999 that all the computer programs were not going to be able to recognize the year 2000 because of all the ones and zeros, and that planes would literally start falling out of the sky at midnight because of computer systems and all things like that. You know what happened? We all got drunk. We woke up the next day with hangovers, and everything was fine.
I remember. I've got to go back and look at the game.
Not for Ryan Flugler.
No, he missed the kick.
Yeah, well, that's tough. Did he end up being a doctor, I think?
Yeah, I think he does medical sales in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Loves our show.
Yeah.
Comments a lot.
Hey, look, he was a great kicker. I'm just saying it was a bad night.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember the bowl game because I remember watching the bowl game thinking, hey, this could be the last game we ever see.
But he can also say that he lost to Tom Brady, right?
That's
He
true.
did. He lost to Tom Brady.
I wish I could find that game.
Braves and Dodgers tonight. You're going to have a play at lanceslock.com. You've got to be a member to go see that play, so don't comment on this. Brown, do you think the Braves wrap it up tonight with Max Fried?
No, I think the Dodgers are probably going to. I mean, I just
Against
think that's
Max
the way these
Fried.
guys, yeah, I mean, he loses games, Jim. He's not undefeated. Dodgers back against the wall. I mean, they're a caged animal. I think the Braves are going to win this series, but I think I could see the Dodgers getting the win tonight. Yeah. You never underestimate a professional team who basically it's lose or go home. I mean, they're going to play their best game of the year.
They're the champs.
Yeah, they're the champs for a reason.
And going back to last year, they've won 6 consecutive elimination games. So they've just been so bad this postseason. I mean, every aspect, from pitching, the bats, I mean, everything. But I'm still willing to go the stake.
Yeah, Lance really wants to bet a stake with you on this.
Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
I remember
for
now.
all our Braves listeners and viewers.
Yeah. Independence Bowl, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. I remember watching it because I think Cutcliffe coached the game. I think it was like his first game or something.
And you
like
thought to yourself, the last college football game I'm ever going to see is the Rebels and the Sooners.
Ole Miss, Oklahoma, 27-25 in Shreveport.
All right.
And then we all die.
Hey, don't forget the stream cranks right back up when we're done here, and we'll keep rolling into our live again at 9 o'clock. You can always watch us on YouTube. And go download the podcast at nextroundlive.com. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
Jim Dunn.